Nation. One, we've got RIP Takeoff, RIP brother, and condolences to your loved ones. All right, we got a great one though, Mouthpiece included. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Today, Tom Brady, TB. Is he the GOAT or the M.O.A.T? Which one is he closest to? We got a poll up right now on TATN at the community tab. Just click on that. It's totally yo mama-ness. 100% yo mama-ness. We're going to unpack that. I think we may be able to convince some of you undecideds that he's more closer to the M.O.A.T than he is to the GOAT. A lot of stinky pinky privilege. So we have to be able to filter and sift through that so we can get to the absolute bottom. We're going to start out very shortly. As always, we got some bills to pay. Big ups to the sponsors, Midwest Festivals, and big ups to Jackie Robinson West. Y'all support the Utes, and support that baseball out there. Just because it's not baseball season doesn't mean we got to stop supporting. So, and big ups to all the children. Just putting that work in. Stick to it. One of my biggest regrets that I stopped swinging at that baseball in high school. So, it's another story. Let's see. Oh, Aaron. All right, so in the meantime, if y'all can share this link, like, share, subscribe. We have a whole lot, obviously, to unpack out there today. A whole lot to unpack out there. Let her rip. Son of a... Stand by. Karen, I mean, focus on your job as much as you did on those black guys walking around this neighborhood. Instead of calling the police all the time, Karen, you'll be more prepared. Why can't I share sound like shit? Y'all tripping. Man, they tripping hard, bro. Zoom changed their layout. Stupid, man. Why are they doing stuff like this? Okay, I got it. This is why people don't like to update stuff. And then, all right, I got it though. Pick up to Karen. Desktop 2. All right.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Most vets like ourselves don't really feel like I need a ton of reps in the preseason. For a rookie quarterback, he might need those reps. But probably when y'all come out, he's probably going to come out. Are y'all willing to play more reps in the preseason just to get him up to speed a little bit more?
We will. Well, they pay us, so we got to do whatever they want us to do. That's kind of how that works. No, but we want to have a successful season, and we trust Coach that they have a good plan. And look, they've been thinking about all this for quite a while now. So whatever plan they got laid out for us to do during the preseason, whether it's in practices and games, we're going to be all for, and that's just kind of part of this process that we're in. So yeah, when they say jump, we're going to have to say how high. So that's kind of the deal.
The talent.
I think he's got 4. He won 2
in Miami, one with the Lakers, and one with Cleveland.
One with Lakers. You're right, too.
No, he's got 4 if you count the Lakers. So 4.
I don't count the other ones.
No, it's an Nationals. There's 4. Yeah, I think he's 4 and 6. He's lost 33 times in the finals, but this is not. LeBron has lost the most NBA Finals games. He's lost 33. Jerry West has lost 29. So is Jerry West the GOAT?
No, he's the logo.
Let's see what Jordan falls on this list. We got to go all the way down. Like shit, Mike had even lost 15. We got to go down so far. All right, but anyway.
I was very, very angry because I was learning about the history of what happened to us, and that's what Roots did to me. It brought a lot of those feelings out of me, and I became very disturbed by it, and I became very angry, and I started to retaliate in school. And it took my mother to come to me and tell me, it's a history, it's something that you should never forget, but you can rise above it and make an impact and make a change and make people aware of the pain that we have endured. But at first, I was very disturbed by it, and I retaliated in some ways, violently. We used to go to other pools, and he would take me, and as soon as I get in the pool, they would get out of the pool. You don't forget your heritage, but you move forward in trying to make a better life for everyone, and that you always want to be viewed as a person. Reach back and pull someone with you.
Don't sound like no sellout to me.
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant.
They're ignorant. We cued the music, y'all. We cued the music. Yes, sir.
Mouthpiece included. TATN.
Mouthpiece included.
Better guard your grill.
Yeah?
TATN.
Like that? Mouthpiece included. Welcome. Welcome. Self-love vision. On.
Better guard your grill.
Mouthpiece included. I'll tell you what. Things are annoying. All right, let's get it going, y'all. Welcome to Mouthpiece included out there. Hey, Karen, can you lower that? Appreciate you. This is a podcast where we talk politics, sports, politics, and everything in between. In today's episode, we're going to tackle an age-old debate. It's Tommy Football, Tommy Brady, drop dead gorgeous, smart, tough, works hard, first one there, last one out, pulled himself up by his bootstraps from poverty of San Mateo, California. Is he the GOAT? Now, I don't know if we're talking greatest football player of all time or quarterback. Some of you guys and ladies say, oh, it's the same thing. The greatest quarterback is the most important football. I mean, whatever. It's a matter of opinion as far as that goes. All this is a matter of opinion, and opinions are like bum holes. We all have them, and they all smell like shit. Now, most overrated of all time. Is he the GOAT or the M.O.A.T? Which one is he more closer to on that scale? Damn, Karen. We're going to go back here. We need the song longer, Karen, all right? Can you extend that? All right. So before Tommy Terrific's illustrious career, he honed his skills on the hallowed grounds of Drop Dead Gorgeous University of F. Michigan on the gridiron. It's where he showcased his talent and his hard work ethic. In 2000, the New England Patriots selected him as the 199th overall pick, 6th round of the National Football League draft. A decision that would later earn him the reputation as the league's biggest draft steal. During his first season, Tommy Terrific diligently focused on physical conditioning and technique, setting the stage for his remarkable journey to becoming widely regarded, that's right, as the greatest quarterback of all time. Joe Montana. Joe who? Joe Montana. Joe who? Pat Mahomes. Sideshow Bob. Drop Dead Gorgeous Aaron Rodgers. Today we're going to dissect his career achievements, compare stats, and explore the impact of his moves across different teams out there. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's for damn sure. We know that in the shot, right? But that's not all. Stay tuned for our weekly dose of hot sports-related political topics, where we're going to blend our intellect, strategy, banter. We'll also discuss the Chicago Bears training camp, along with providing our regular season final predictions for the W's and the L's. And I want to remind any youth out there, it's only an L if you don't learn from it. But we're talking about W's and L's out there. We're going to give our final predictions. We'll see if we got some meathead picks. We'll see. Okay. So expect a lively debate as we dissect the implication of all these issues. We'll pull no punches in our analysis. And, these things affect our daily lives and, the broader political landscape. Life's not all sports and entertainment. So grab your headphones out there and it might be all sports and entertainment if, you pulled yourself up by the bootstraps, and you're living in a $2-3 million home, taking advantage of all the employees, not paying your taxes. You might not want to, mix politics with your sports. And you know what we say here at TATN? We say, so what? So grab your headphones and get ready for an engaging episode filled with sports drama and political intrigue. Whether you're a diehard Bears fan out there or a political junkie out there, there's something for everyone in today's show. That I promise you. So stand down, stand back, stand by. Or pull up. But if you do pull up, it's an open panel out there. You got your cojones? You got any gonads? Does the Goyim have gonads, or are you one of the guys? But if you do pull up, come on, Karen, you doing this shit again? Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Yes, sir. Before we start, the views expressed in today's podcast are those of the hosts, guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates. Not necessarily not reflective as well. So read between the lines out there. I'd be happy if you're reading. Let's go ahead and get Jackie Robinson's finest in the building, the co-host with the co-most. Get him in the house. TATN. Look at you down there. I don't know if you. I thought you was down there and heard from you on the text threads. I thought you was down there either beating the shit out of the Palestinians, big ups to them, or beating the shit out of the 12. Yeah, no, 12.
They had a fence. They had a fence around that area. You'd have to.
Sorry to cut you off. First off, FGB. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, we had a fence around that area, so to get it actually into the area, you would have needed your flying George Jetson mobile to flop down in the middle of it, or you could just been on the outside of the fences beating the hell out of people, whatever you prefer. But all of that nonsense is finally over from the city of Chicago, the United Center, and the side of the West.
Let me ask you something. I support not killing babies and innocent people.
Yeah, beating women and killing children. Yeah,
I mean, just pummeling poor people. I do support that, but why aren't they showing up at the Klan rallies? I mean, the
MAGA?
Republican, yeah, MAGA. Why aren't they showing up there and causing
Because
trouble?
I believe these people were MAGA members in disguise, sent by the RNC to the DNC to cause some chaos.
Hadn't heard that.
Yeah, you can see the wigs and the highly non-melanated skin tones.
Oh, you mean the same weirdos who were showing up during those Black Lives Matter when they were throwing rocks and dropping off bricks? I saw a pallet of bricks out here in Inglewood.
Yeah.
But the kids, today they just walk right past them. They're staring at their phones. They don't know what the fuck's going on. But go ahead.
They don't know what to do with break. But yeah, it was the same group, I believe, that came to the DNC and caused most of the ruckus. Most of the people were just staying in the protesting zones or protesting.
Big ups, Uncle Ruckus.
Protesting peacefully, I guess. But yeah, it wasn't a big hubbub here in Chicago. It was just a DNC, It wasn't 69.
Yeah.
It was 2024, and it is what it is. It's over with now.
But you know what, bro? As I'm thinking, man, I think we got to get a mob of real black men and start showing up to that places and beating the shit out of 12-2. You know what I mean? And we guys fighting about all this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We fighting about all this shit, man. Go ahead.
There was some brothers working down there, so we can't show up in mass.
We be like MAGA. MAGA, they don't really be messing with the white cops out there. They see the brothers and the brown ones, they be fucking them up. Yeah. They'll mess with them if they have to, if you have to, bro, because some of them are icons. Some of them are cool.
Yeah, for sure. But we got some with boots on the ground. Shout out to Jackie Robinson for the community event yesterday, and Alderman Mosley gave out book bags to the kids, had some food trucks, game trucks out there, and a little bit of free baseball for the 11-year-olds. We beat Wheaton Warrenville, it was a Sunday League team, so it was a good day. Had a good day out there. Had some commiseration in the neighborhood there. The kids had a good time, and non-violent affair. No police involved. No security needed.
You lost me at commiseration. Big ups to JRW. Hey, Diesel. Hate to cut you off, but FGB.
He's not messing with that, bro. That's not me.
Mouthpiece included.
Simeon's finest, Chicago Simeon's finest in the building. You got something to say? You want to hop right to it, brother?
Let's get into it. I'll let
jump.
y'all do all the preamble stuff.
FGB.
Hey, y'all know the top. Thank you, sir. Y'all know the topic. TB, GOAT or M.O.A.T, most underrated of all time. We got a poll up. Y'all jump in if you want your voice heard. Nobody here is not saying he's not a great quarterback. I don't think, but I don't want to speak for them. But before we get there, baseball.
Oh yeah.
Baseball. My Cubs hit 500, and all you guys as White Sox have 99 losses. We'll start there. Any comments on that? And I don't want to belabor this.
I mean, the Cubs are still 3-4 games out of the last wild card spot, so probably going to end up in the same situation as the White Sox, watching television to see the playoffs. So, no big deal. I mean, we knew that White Sox are going to lose 100.
That's why y'all are losing, man. 99 losses is like a 500 team. That's like a 1-16 football team. Like you're talking about, they're 8-9. They didn't make it, so it's no different. All right, what about you, Diesel? What's your comment on this? Your team in that shithole stadium, 99 losses already. And my team in that drop dead gorgeous Ivy over there around those pink people.
You always saying that. I like them both. So I don't know why you're always saying my team. I like both teams. I just like the Sox a little bit more. So either one doing good, I'm Gucci. But I don't think the Cubs gonna make it to the postseason either, man. They done farted around, blew away too many games. They finally got rid of that reliever who I knew he was suspect because even when he would save a game, they were still hitting the ball hard off of him.
He'd make the Sox better. They're probably tanking. They're probably just, tanking for Caleb. Who knows what's going on. But I like both teams, too. I mean, I think everybody in Chicago likes both teams. You're not saying anything.
Right. No, they don't. They don't all, nope.
There's some hardliners out here still.
Yeah, there's some who are just strictly north side till they die. Wrigleyville party, drink. They don't care what it is.
Ignorant.
Yeah, ignorant.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, let's move on because baseball sucks right now in my mind. And that's because our teams, one of them is moving like the Chicago Bulls, you know, mediocre, and the other's garbage. And I'd prefer the garbage, actually. I'd prefer the garbage if you go out there and make good moves. Who y'all got winning the World Series this year? I'm only going to take you guys' predictions because I frankly don't know. I'm going to go with the Dodgers out there.
I don't care. I really don't care. It's
One
like
of the teams that make it to the playoffs will win.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care who wins the World Series, man. That's like, I mean, look who won it last year.
America's game. It's America's game.
I mean,
For
the
some-
Dodgers
for some
bought their
people-
team, and the Yankees bought their team. So I mean, you know what? Come on, man.
Yeah, they baseball got some serious issues with
Colors.
buying your team. It's like the big markets, even though they pay a tax like on
TV revenue,
merchandise and stuff, it gets
Mhm.
shared, but
Mhm.
something just don't add up right where you can have these teams can constantly just pay players whatever.
Well, if you can be in a league and run a business and run a shithole team and they're sharing all the revenue with you, what's your motivation to pay Ace all the money he's asking for and listen to his union when your players are saying they want more money? If not, I'm going to leave this shithole team. And you keep making money year after year after year. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think there's no salary cap, right? There's no salary cap in baseball, as far as I know. There's
Yeah,
no
I don't
cap.
think so. I
So
don't think so.
It just gave
You
you
need
guys 700
you need a
million.
cap. When you can look at the Yankees and count 3 players that probably make more than a whole team's payroll.
It's interesting. The only team that plays with a cap needs a cap, doesn't have a cap. All right. I don't care. I don't think we care about baseball. Great take, you guys, but let's move on. We got a lot to unpack. Tom Brady, GOAT or M.O.A.T, unpack. All right, let's push it on. Anybody got a quarter black of the week? I was saving it for the regular season. Anybody stand out, y'all, in the last week of that preseason? Any black quarterbacks?
Preseason.
Russell Wilson.
Ray. I give it to Ray.
Russell Wilson look good for you out there?
I mean, I ain't saying he looked like spectacular, but he did enough to where Tomlin pulled him after one series and said he was fine with him.
And then said he's going to run Justin out there with the 3s and the 4s for the rest of the preseason so Russell don't get hurt.
Yeah. So
it is what it is. He must have made a decision prior to the game.
Although I did want him to if I knew he was going to do that, I would have wanted him to struggle so Justin can start the season.
I would like somebody to do a documentary on a curious case of Russell Wilson, meaning talking to people. You know how like when people talk about Rest of Soul, Benji Wilson, they go back and talk to people who know him back in the day before the fame and the money. Like, how was this guy? Like, some of these guys, man, you'd be surprised. Like, they was probably thugging back in the day, and then now they're, and I'm, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that was Russell Wilson, but I'd love to like hear from some regular guys and girls about, was he always like this? He's interesting when you hear him in his interviews, bro. He's always on.
Well, he did go to school in Wisconsin.
You know, he transferred. He transferred to Wisconsin.
That's even worse.
Yeah, he wasn't originally there. So,
well, one thing about him though, he's always got a sister. He's always got a queen. You know what I mean, on his side. Sure. So can't knock him outside of anything else. All right, let's push on, man. Let's get to the NFL. Now there was some rumor. Well, not rumor. When Caleb was stinging it up in the first part of that Buffalo game, like the first 3 series, they had 3 and outs or something like that. Turned out the communication wasn't working. So he couldn't hear none of the plays coming in from the offensive coordinator, and he was calling his own plays. Start with Ace, what you got to say about that, and then Diesel.
Well, we loaned Karen to the Bears for a week, and that's what happened. So, just like she makes a few mistakes here while she's concentrating on other things, the headsets weren't working. So once they got her out of here, everything was working fine. But
the former defensive coordinator was calling 911. Go ahead, bro. Pick up stuff, whatever your name is.
But come on, you got you got a rookie out there, and he didn't really panic. He tried to pick up what he could from the headset and keep calling plays. So it was a good sign. Once he got his new helmet, he was able to right the ship and get us rolling toward last preseason victory. So
Like what you said there, though, but he did seem like a veteran in that situation. He wasn't pooping in his pants. He wasn't shouting and screaming at nobody. Because me and Tom Brady, one thing I love about Tom Brady, I would have been going ham. I went ham on the hallowed grounds of William H. Ray School if he wasn't running shit right. All right, Diesel, what's your take on Caleb calling his own plays as a rookie and having 3 straight 3-and-outs?
Well, he probably don't got the playbook down as much as you want to as of yet. So, it's probably a little a process for him. But once he gets more comfortable with the playbook or whatever, hey, he can call his own. I'm sure they got trust in him to call his own audibles, all of that stuff. So, yeah, I ain't got no problem with it because it gives you some OJT if that situation comes up in the regular season. 100%. And they usually do. So
too early.
Yeah, no, and I'm not knocking that. I wouldn't have expected nothing else. And hell, he was as good as Getsy. If you had Getsy call those first 3 series, you could have had possibly 3-3-and-outs. All right, let's move on. So the KC preseason game, I'll start with you, Diesel, because I don't watch the preseason. I'm so looking forward to the opening kickoff. And, you guys like to open your Christmas presents in November after Thanksgiving. Y'all go right out there to the, what they call that? Black Friday. Y'all go out there with all your damn welfare money, run into the store, beating each other up for nonsense and crap. And then you wrap it up and you open it the same day and you have your Christmas. Me, I'll wait for December 25th. Drop dead gorgeous. Wait, Jesus. All right, go ahead, Diesel. What was your take on the game? And then I'll throw it to, y'all just discuss the game.
The depth, I told you, the Bears got depth. Those backups and third stringers, they all can play. They all can compete and play. So they should be able to keep you in games and possibly win games when you got players out.
And they bringing in some poor and stupid ones. You hear me? Go ahead.
Yeah. Backup was balling. If they would have left Bajan in there, because he didn't play, but what, like 1 or 2 series?
Yeah, just 2 series. They got to see the other guys.
There's controversy, y'all. Y'all keep talking shit. Bajan
if you would have left Bajan in there, man, they would have. They won the game, but they would have blew them out. Probably.
Oh, they did.
Because they kind of came back. But I'm saying it wouldn't have been close. The way that their offense was moving when he was in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like they've been looking all preseason. The reserves and the third stringers and people. You can tell them players trying to make the team. Even your boy Valus.
Hall of Fame Jones. We'll get into him later.
I don't put Hall of Fame on any part of his name.
Oh, you guys are going to eat crow. Go ahead. No. I'm telling you, Velus, baby. Velus Jones. I'm playing. I got to get the Madden game just so I can feature Velus Jones. But go ahead.
Yeah, so, he was out there competing.
You're saying the defense looks better and got more depth on the team, and the offense looks better with a new offensive coordinator and a new offensive scheme.
Don't they, man? They look good. Like, it just looks more professional. Like, they look like an NFL football team instead of Joliet Catholic.
Instead of Getsy football. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. And that was a mistake on the and we all said it when they first hired Getsy. Like, why would you have a brand new head coach, a brand new offensive coordinator, a brand new defensive coordinator? None of them have any experience, along with a inexperienced GM, with an inexperienced struggling quarterback. None of that made sense to anyone. Almost like they wanted to get rid of him, but I'm not going to mention his name today, Diesel. Yeah, we're not going to do that. I'm listening to you guys. And he struggled in the preseason game. All right, Austin Booker, I think you guys had brought him up. Let me tell you something. First of all, check his piss.
Yeah, don't check his piss. Not to the end of the season.
I love this kid, bro. I love this kid.
Yeah, he's a baller. I mean, and he's got a lot of moves that you wouldn't expect from a rookie.
Yeah,
Defensive end. He looks like he's Well, he practiced in the offseason with the guy from the Raiders.
Yeah.
My man Crosby.
Yeah.
So he picked up moves for him, and
Crosby's drop dead gorgeous, ain't he? Smart.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's good. He's a good player.
Oh yeah.
They're talking about getting him for the Bears, and we could have made the trade. I mean, it would have been one of the dumbest things the Raiders could have did, but you know, it didn't happen. But yeah.
The dumbest thing the Raiders did was brought in Getsy.
Well, you know, if they would have traded Crosby for you know, one of our picks, that would have been even dumber. But you know, we digress. But yeah, the kid, you know, he studies the game, he loves the game, and even if you saw the Hard Knocks episode last week, where they traded back into the 5th round to pick this kid up, and you know, your general manager saying, yeah, this guy's going to be a guy in about a year. I know him well, and you know, hey, that inside information he's getting, you know, let's roll with it. Let's keep going. But Booker's a player. You know,
that was a great assessment. I was seeing him do shit, bro, with his hands, bro. Because you remember Dennis Stallings? Big ups, yo, Dennis Stallings played in the NFL, got him a Super Bowl ring. That's what he emphasized most about playing that position, bro. The hands and he's just doing stuff that I feel like you can coach it all you want to, man. It's translating immediately on the field for this guy, bro.
Absolutely. And then you got a pickup of a couple players right at the before the cut down day from we got a guy from Seattle, Taylor, who is in the same frame as all the players that Ryan Poles has now, 26 years old. Did you call him poor and stupid? And the other guy, Williams from Cleveland. You know, they had a press conference yesterday, and they're happy to be Bears. So put them guys on the depth chart and let's make it happen.
All right, look, I'm about to play this. Aaron Hernandez, rest his soul, condolences to his family. This is RPO Squad. That's the YouTube channel. When Aaron Hernandez teammates knew he had a problem, and yeah, I think he was roommates with Tim Tebow, you know, keep him out of trouble in college. And then they thought Tom Brady could keep him out of trouble too, show him how to pull himself up by his bootstrap. Well, I mean, you know, in San Mateo, what we used to do, we just, you know, do this and that. All right, here we go.
Tom Brady had no interest.
Offensive and disturbing things.
Hold on, I'm going to take it back because it ain't loud.
But what Aaron was saying, we get away with locker room. We get away with saying a lot of offensive and disturbing things. The other ones, they gang bang. But what Aaron was saying, it deviated far off the norm of just locker room around. He would rage out on players, you know, people, saying he's gonna beat their ass, fucking, I'll kill you. During training camp, Wes Welker makes his beeline over to me, and grabs me like by the shoulders. He says, Brandon, your locker's in between Gronk and Aaron Hernandez. Now, Aaron, he's gonna fondle his genitalia in front of you. He's gonna talk about bathing with his mom. You just gotta ignore it.
You gotta ignore it.
You gotta ignore it. It was like Wes has seen a ghost, the way he was looking at me. Locker room, we get away with
Karen, kill that. What's y'all take on that?
Yeah,
man, I'm saying rest in peace to the people that he killed, man. I'm not saying rest in peace to him, man. That dude, whatever his issues were.
Yeah, I mean, rest in peace to them too. Yeah,
yes, right. Rest in peace to them first. You know, before I say anything about.
I respect all the dead personally, but go ahead.
I mean, do they know all the people he killed?
I know he killed. I know he killed one for sure, and he almost killed another one that he shot like in the face. So yeah, man, got no. That dude's a
nut.
Yeah, that's
nuts.
Yeah, that was you can rest his soul. You know what I mean? He's gone now, but yeah, man, that was bizarre, bro. Like, and then for Welker to come over there to company plant, you know what I mean? Snitching on the brick. Yeah, you see your locker. Move my locker. What's wrong with y'all? You know what I mean? I'm not sitting next to this guy. Like,
This
you know
guy's
what I'm
fucking nuts. Yeah.
Yeah. Put him in the office with what's his name? Russell Wilson. He's got his
Yeah,
own office.
Belichick didn't care though. As long as he's producing on the field, I don't give a damn what he does. He
Yeah.
can bring his pet monkey in there and strip him down and do whatever he wants to do. Yeah, we just need to win these games.
Now I will say this: in a football locker room, for anybody that doesn't know, some of that stuff he was saying, like "I'll kill you" and all that, man, that stuff, that's nothing. But he went into some really that somebody should have gotten him some help.
Yeah, they weren't
And
interested.
they can't say it was like CTE stuff because he was, from what I hear and seen, he was like that before he was with them.
Yeah.
Nah, but his brother was saying in high school, the way he played, you don't have to be in the NFL to get CTE, and they did donate his brain, and he had a shitload case of CTE. So, you know what I mean?
Maybe he got it later on, mixing with his craziness. That just, you know what I'm saying? But to me, he was just, I mean, I don't know. I don't have that much empathy for this guy.
I hear you. And he was on the smack, like it was drugs involved too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He's doing it all.
Yeah, he's under a lot of pressure, bro.
CTE, drugs, football.
What I'm saying is, by the time he passed, before he allegedly deleted himself, because they can say anything in those jails,
right.
He turned his life over to God and to the white Jesus, drop dead gorgeous, and then he offed himself. So like, you got to be able to forgive him.
He was gang banging like hard, and I'm like, man, you know what?
I think what Ace was trying to say is he might have been retarded. They were poor and stupid, and that's the way the NFL likes it.
You can't call him retarded.
Yeah, and that's on the NFLPA too. It should be someone they should have been able to call in the union. Like, we got to really, you know what I mean, talk to the league and get the, you know what I mean. But like you said, they were winning. They were winning, man. And
who's
he was
gonna call him? Belichick? They want him out there,
Yeah.
Ramming people into the bench and
they had signed him to an extension.
And on the other hand,
signed him to some extension, like a $40 million extension. Like,
they had no interest in what he was doing.
But on the other hand, Dennis Rodman was probably doing that, and worse, he was grabbing your genitalia on the court, and nobody got him any help, and he didn't go out and allegedly murder people.
He wasn't a murderer. He was a
partner. He didn't have the CTE
and all of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't
the CTE.
Part of that stuff was his
CTE.
No, his rituals that he did in games to get you off your square.
Yeah.
So, that's a whole
fouling your
thing.
genitalia in the locker room in front of everybody, and nobody comes over there. One of the veterans, nobody comes over and says, "Man, we don't do that." You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't our locker room culture. I don't care what Bill Belichick told you. You know what I mean? And pummeled the crap out of them. That's what's supposed to happen in the locker room, kids.
Yeah.
All right. Darrell Taylor, Chris Williams, free agent. You guys got any book on them? And then we're gonna jump off the Bears, unless it's something else y'all want to talk about.
Just some more depth for the defensive line. Darrell Taylor's coming from Seattle. He had some injuries, but he had some season where he put up some numbers as far as sacks are concerned. And Williams is versatile too as far as the defensive end and defensive tackles. So more depth pieces that they felt they didn't have during training camp. And, some guys are going to go in the next couple of days because they weren't performing. But, I think it's good ass for the Bears.
Yeah, more people, more decent players. They can interchange, be backups, occasional starters, all of that. That's like, it's the makings of a real good team.
Yeah.
Makings of a real good, solid team.
Because we know this is
go ahead.
We know this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And you got to have guys that can sustain these 17 games in the playoffs if you're really looking to do something. So more depth, you got extreme depth in your defensive backfield. Now you were thin at your defensive line, so you got to add players to keep rotating in to get to that quarterback.
Players are getting hurt left and right in the league, even through these preseasons. I mean, the Dallas cornerback?
Yeah,
his foot. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. That's like half the season, right there, before the season started. So, yeah, depth is very, very important.
and culture. And I'm going to send a somewhat apology to Lamont Sanford Poles, Ryan Poles, because I wanted the poor and stupid guy that Philly drafted, the three tech trade down and got him. But he, they didn't like, the culture. They didn't want him coming there and messing up the culture. And I was thinking, oh man, you losing F your culture. We need some studs out here to come in there and talk about the genitalia in the locker room. You know what I mean? We need some Aaron Hernandez types, God bless us. So, you know what I mean, up in there. And he stuck to his guns. And man. So big ups to Poles for that. It appears he may not be a big dummy after all. I'll just put it out there like that. All right. So I want to wrap up the Bears topic on this, what we all been waiting for. Not Caleb Williams talk. Hall of Fame Jones. Diesel came out here and couldn't wait to get Jones. That's Velus Jones's name. You got a Velus Jones t-shirt? Oh, you got a You Big Dummy. I love that. That is
perfect.
Hey, man, they got some decisions to make. Y'all can't deny the guy's explosive. I mean, what are you talking about? Y'all don't like Velus.
But luckily for him, Ian Miller got hurt, and ruptured his Achilles. I mean,
and that's why he's going to make the roster because
ACL. So he's out for the year. He's on injury reserve.
Yeah, and that's the only reason Velus is going to make the roster. These guys refuse to eat crow. Go ahead.
Why would we eat crow on a guy that's on the last rung of making the team? I mean, he scored well against the 3s and the 4s in the last preseason game of the year against the Kansas City Chiefs bums. None of those guys, all those guys will be on the street. They probably are already. And there's no reason to eat crow until he gets into a meaningful game and makes something happen. And he hasn't done it yet.
You can't tell me that when you watch this dude running with the ball in his hand.
Devin Hester is all I think.
No, confusion.
No, all I think about is a hand grenade ready to explode when he gets hit and that ball gets fumbled. That's all I'm waiting for with this dude. He looks like he's ready to hit a Claymore mine at any point in time that he has the football, and it's going to come out.
The only reason I know what a Claymore is from my years playing SOCOM Navy SEALs. You go out there and you set that thing, then you walk away. And
he said Velus is ignorant.
Yeah. Every time he has the ball, I think he's going to fumble. Every time. So I'm usually hoping and praying that when he gets it, it's something quick to the outside and he can run out of bounds before somebody makes contact. Yeah, until he shows me otherwise, that's what I think of.
Ignorant. They're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Yeah, it's
They're ignorant. That's ignorant.
I got you, Velus. And Velus, if you want to come on the show, once you make your first when he becomes,
once you make the team.
Will you guys eat crow if he's first team All Pro at some point in his career?
Absolutely.
You'll eat crow. Diesel, will you eat crow when Velus Jones becomes first team All Pro?
I'm not going to eat crow because I don't see that ever happen.
He won't eat. That's what I'm saying, Ace.
I don't see that ever happen.
If it's a conditional,
You're trying to. There's too many ifs.
We're gonna put him on the short bus. Too many ifs. He's begging for the short bus, ain't he?
Too many ifs. You're begging for it.
How many times you could have been at the office and Ray?
Your pom-poms and your signs coming into the Bears talking about Velus. They'd be like, "What, man? All these other players on the team, and you coming there with this dude in mind?" Like,
all right, all y'all want to do is talk about Caleb all day. You know what I mean?
Whatever team he makes All Pro for, I'll eat crow. More than likely, once his contract is up with the Bears, they won't re-sign him. But
Poles loves him. Every interview, man, they bring up Velus, and everybody loves him.
He's a third-round pick. He saw what he did with Justin, and not giving Justin the thumbs up.
He didn't draft Justin.
What draft pick he got him? So
when I like Velus,
you're gonna trade him next year.
Wide receiver.
He made plays at wide receiver. That's what I'm saying. He's a Swift Army.
That's when I liked him. I've seen him make no plays at wide receiver for the Bears. Most of them are like, man, they got him trying to be a running back now, man.
He caught a couple of deep balls from Justin last year.
Man.
I put him in a film room watching Dennis Gentry film.
He's going to be our Rentry. Dennis Gentry.
Dennis Gentry film for probably the next couple months, and by the time we get to the middle of the season, if
he's trying to be Cordell Patterson. The only problem is that he got.
You know what, Ace?
The football is an M1 grenade that he's carrying. It's going to explode when he gets hit.
Ace, I'd hire a tattoo artist to put freckles on him, and then I color his hair ginger, and then I give him Rentry's number, and then you guys would be like, oh, I see what Milz been talking about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he got Rentry number. All right, y'all, go to M.O.A.T. Tom Brady, GOAT or M.O.A.T, greatest of all time or most overrated of all time. That's the topic today. But before we get there, we're going to get into our TATN exclusive Mouthpiece included meth round, mathematics, speed round. These gentlemen will have 30 seconds. I'm going to throw them some topics, and they've got 30 seconds to give their takes, and feel free to pull up and do it. If not, tell us who won the take. Tell us whose take you agree with down there in the comments, so we can start getting some data out here. 30 seconds.
Data-driven.
Yeah, data-driven podcast. The first topic is company plant, allegedly, in my opinion. G.O.A.T does not make the top 10 tight end list. Top 10 tight end list. But before y'all go, I got a quick sound. Not a sound, but I'll show you who made the list. And then it might help you talk on your topic. Stop it. Stop. There we go. All right. Travis Kelce, Sam Laporta, drop dead gorgeous. Mark Andrews, drop dead gorgeous. Trey McBride, I don't know, sounds poor and stupid. I'm not sure. Evan Ingram, poor and stupid. Dalton Kincaid, he sounds drop dead gorgeous. George Kittle is definitely drop dead gorgeous. Smart, pulled himself up by the bootstraps.
Never had to be a bear.
Yeah. And David Joku, he sounds like he's from a drop dead gorgeous country in Africa somewhere. It might have came through London.
He put a move on the Bears last year that, oh my God.
So personally, before you do your take, I'll start with Diesel. I don't know necessarily who Trey McBride is. Not saying he's not good. I never heard of Dalton Kincaid really, and David Joku. So that's where we're at. Karen, get ready to start the clock for Diesel.
And what am I commenting
on? That company plant G.O.A.T got paid all that money, and he didn't make that top 10 list. He's not on that top 10 list. So I just want to essentially get your opinion on him not making that list. I'm trying to figure out advanced. There we go. Computer audio. All right. Kill volume because we don't want to over volume him. All right. Here we go. You got 30 seconds. G.O.A.T did not make the top 10 tight end list there. You saw the list. Go ahead, Diesel. What's your comment?
Well, he can make the list this year if he tightens up his game. So he can't be dropping any kind of balls that might be thrown to him. He's not going to have an excuse as far as catchable balls and things that are going to come his way. The only thing that might keep him off of the list is that he got 3 real good receivers that he can also throw the ball to, plus another tight end. So it may not be enough balls to go around to feed him to break the top 10. But he's got the talent. He did catch a lot of balls last year.
Did he?
But yeah, he did. He caught a lot, but it's got to be significant. If you're catching a 2-yard pass
and getting the first, running your route short,
you gotta. He's not gonna have that excuse this year though.
Yeah,
the dude gonna put the ball down the field for you to make plays and make yards. So.
Yeah, he's gonna expect him to make football plays, and he's gonna hold him accountable too. Caleb, great take. All right, Ace, Karen, get the clock started. Same topic. Let's see here. You're on.
Well, I see that Cole company plant commit is top 10 in the payroll for tight ends. They're making $12.5 million. He's number 8 because Darren Waller retired. So should he be in the top 10 for the NFL for tight ends? Absolutely. He's making the money to be there, so he needs to go out there and do what it takes to be a top 10 tight end. Now you're in a system with 3 all-pro, probably receivers, and you're going to be running around wide open. Catch the ball, make it happen, earn your money. That's my take on it.
All right, y'all. So Big Ace gave his take, and Diesel gave his take. So if you are going with Diesel, put an S. That's for Simeon. And if you're going for Ace, put a JRW. And that's for Jackie Robinson West. If he, we're going to take data on this. All right. The next one we don't have any video for, but Simone Biles is allegedly a fudge backer, and the meatballs in the city of Chicago. I don't know if they're MAGA, if they're alt-right. I don't know if they're some sort of liberals, because 60% of the liberals think that I'm subhuman. Check the data. So we're going to start with you, Ace. Simone Biles.
Yeah.
Represented our country.
You say that like you got to use the bathroom when you say her last name.
Yeah, because I think of bile, like vomiting or something. But yeah, I don't know.
Thought it was Biles, but you say Biles.
I don't know. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong.
You went to race school.
Yeah. One drop dead gorgeous. The point I'm making is she represented our country and got us some gold medals, and she's like the best ever to do it. And the meatballs are, upset that she wore. And maybe you guys have your take. How would you feel if your wife did that? You're playing for the Bears and she shows up with a pack. All right, but it's your take, not mine. I'm starting with Ace. Karen, can we get this going? You're on.
This is disrespectful.
Oh, shit. All right.
Well, it is what it is. I blame the Bear personnel person that walked her out on the field with that FGB jacket on. It was a tribute to her husband because his picture was on it, and it just happened to have the Packers logos on it. But for the meatballs to want to vilify one of America's darling athletes after her performance in Paris in the Olympics is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sure the Bears are going to fix it this week. She recognized it during the game that social media was tearing her apart for wearing an FGB jacket on, so it'll be fixed after this week. But it was just a tribute to her husband. His picture was on there, and he just played for the Packers last
year. Great take. I was just thinking at my grade school, public school, they wouldn't have, but it had Ivy on it. They wouldn't have cared about your athletic prowess out there on the holograms, how many flips you can do, because we had some Jesse White tumblers. Nobody cared. So I'm saying it's quite possibly her doing stuff like that would have gotten her in the slow classes for the LD out there. It's very possible. Big ups to her. All right, Diesel.
Shout out to Simone Biles.
Yeah, big ups to her. All right, here you go, Diesel. 30 seconds. She showed up wearing not an FGB or a Bear Down shirt. She showed up with a picture of you. Your wife showed up with your picture on a Green Bay Packer jersey, and you worked for the Packers. You worked for McDonald's, and she showed up in a damn Burger King shirt. I want to hear your take. 30 seconds.
So I'm going to blame her husband because you need to know where you at, right? So she's performing at a concert at United Center, and she says, "We love you, Detroit." It's the same thing that she's doing, coming in there with that type of stuff. You got to know where you at. You come to LA, you better know your colors. Come to Chicago, if you own the Chicago team, your husband, you better know what's going on. So that's her husband's fault. You can't come over here half-stepping. No, we don't play that. They're gonna let you know about it.
Let me say this. Great take, both of y'all. And if you're voting for JRW, and that's a big ace, put JRW in there, put a number 2 and then JRW so we can know which one you're voting on. And then for Diesel, put a number 2 and then put an S for Simeon. Great take. Only thing I'll say is I'm only blaming her husband if he didn't say something to her first. Because, after that point, he's not going to choke her out. He's not going to beat her down. And you know what I mean? Or tell her she can't come. At that point, he might not even know. It might have been a surprise. She had a little gift in the show. I got a big surprise. You know what I'm saying? But had he known
Is
and
she
seen
gonna
it,
go to the Olympics up there on the stadium
wearing
wearing
a
a
Russia
Canadian
shirt,
flag?
yeah,
No, you're
wearing a
not.
China flag.
No. So you don't come up in Soldier Field with
But
no
you wouldn't
Packer
blame her
stuff on.
husband for that. Go ahead, Ace. You had something to say
Now,
about
I'm
that?
blaming her husband because she's coming to his place of employment to see him. You
She
should
had on,
already
she
have
had
her
on USA
underway.
attire in Paris, but it was made in China.
Yeah, well, we'd have put her on the short bus. You showed up to a William H. Ray event, and you were, dating me, and I was one of the studs, and you had a Lab Scab shirt on or a Lewis
Yeah.
Worth shirt or something like that. Yeah,
Blasphemy.
yeah, I would have talked to the people and said, yeah, she short bus. All right, here we go. Big up saying around your short bus because you probably shouldn't be there. It's racist most of the time. All right. Next topic, we're starting with Diesel. Okay. I do have to show an image on this because my God, I don't want to lead you guys. All right, let me go to desktop 2. I gotta show y'all this one. Okay, there it is. All right, here's the quote I need you guys to respond to. This is from Anthony Edwards, who many people have said is the second coming of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You see him there in that picture from ESPN. He's in between the GOAT and Kobe Bean, rest his soul. They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skill back then.
Ignorant.
Michael Jordan was the only one that really had skill. So that's why when they saw Kobe Bean Bryant, they were like, oh my God. But now everybody has skill. Karen, no, save your take. We're starting out with Diesel. Let's see.
Ignorant.
Yeah, he's definitely ignorant. We're gonna start out here. Start that clock over. Oh, sharing the wrong shit. Is that sound? Y'all, yeah, wrong shit. My fault, y'all. Stand by. Desktop. Advance. Gets more difficult as the show goes on. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, I wouldn't even really give his statement much weight because he's showing a lot of disrespect to a whole lot of players that played at that time and could clean his clock on both ends of the court. So to make that statement, it's just flat out disrespectful, man. There's like dozens and dozens of players that had real good skill. The stuff that made Jordan different was his drive and determination. So, yeah, he doesn't have a clue. Doesn't have a clue. He'll probably look back in 10 years from now and say, man, what the heck was I talking about? Sometimes you make statements, and then as you get older, you look back and like, man, where did I get that from? If he does his homework on the history of the game, because apparently you haven't really done your homework and paid attention and looked at games, looked at records, look at what players were doing, look at how physical it was. There were dozens and dozens of really good players back at that time.
Great take. And if I was LeBum, but LeBum started all this disrespect because LeBum, at playing all these years he's played, he's literally saying, LeBum, when you came in the league, the only person that had real skill was Kobe and maybe, 2-3 other guys. Because you know how that time, same thing with Steph, like they should say something. But all right, that's my take. All right, it's on Ace. All right, you got 30 seconds. Great take though, bro. All right, bro, here we go.
He just ignorant. Just to make that sort of a statement, it's the same thing as the GOAT arguments. They're different eras. If you have no knowledge of the era that Jordan played in and the players before him and the players that played with him, and there's no reason to come out with a comment like this because you sound ignorant. There were plenty of players that had as much skill, not as much skill, but they had skill just like Michael Jordan. But Jordan had just had the fire in his belly to make it happen and get to the playoffs and the championships every year. And so he's just a young guy that probably will regret, like you said, making this comment as he matures in the game of basketball and learns what's actually going on.
He was out there getting bum assaulted on the banana boat. He's part of LeBron's court jester now, bro. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron's got into his brain. And that's where I think all of this is coming from. That guy went out there and nutted up in the Olympics. I'm talking about Anthony Edwards. Couldn't hit any mid-range game. All the stuff that Michael Jordan could do. Could not do anything. You know what I mean? And then to come off in the Olympics like that and spew this nonsense, it'd have been almost different had he been MVP of the Olympics, bro. Went up there and just, you know what I mean, killed the world. It'd have been different. I still would have been like as ignorant and as dumb, but his game, he ain't won nothing.
Right. And, you know, it's just this generation. They're so entitled and believe that just because they can they make $200 million that
and they get steroid,
instant gratification and accolades off of stuff you see like right away, and then you want to compare it to like greats. It's like, man, what are you guys talking about? This stuff is just used way too loosely. It pisses me off the more I hear people trying to compare people who haven't done nothing for any kind of legitimate amount of time. It's like
to somebody who had back-to-back three-peats.
Why are you comparing? Just quit comparing. That's what I say. I get mad, and then I started showing more respect for eras.
Hey, so it's like comparing Justin Fields to Caleb Williams. You know, Justin was nobody ever said he was a generational quarterback. But go ahead, bro. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't drafted number 1 overall.
Right.
No, but it's a different type of player. It's just like if we talking basketball, a guy who just rebounds, plays D, agitates, stuff like that. You're not going to compare him to the guy who's a scorer or the guy who's controlling the ball and dictating the pace of the game. It's two different types of playing the game. They 100%. Can both be quite effective.
100%.
But it's just different. I just wish these people in today's age, and the media is their fault too, because a lot of those media guys are older guys. Either our age or a lot of them never laced them up
either. Yeah.
But they constantly put this stuff out there to get conversations and stuff going. And it's like, why are you doing that? Compare them to something that's actually comparable at this time. There's all kinds of players.
My comment was, the TATN's comment was, let me see this guy's comment, because then I know mine. I said Einstein. I said Einstein was the only talented scientist, back in his day. And then I said, today, all the scientists are talented. Man, that comment went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because Einstein was great don't mean everybody else sucked. You know, he was able to get there from the conversations he was having with people of his day.
His own
you know
genre in his era. But there was other players, and it's still, that
don't mean we got all this new way to teach people. We got all this new science. We got all this new information in computers and stuff. That don't mean I can sit there and say somebody who just graduated from MIT is smarter than that. Everybody who's graduating from MIT today is smarter than all the scientists back in the days.
Because those scientists had to make up these programs. They had to figure it out from the mud.
100%.
And now these guys, it's all in a computer. It's all on an iPad. It's all given to them every day, every practice, every game, and it's ignorant.
All right, we got the next one. Who went first that time? Ace did, right? I think So we're gonna start with Diesel. This one is juiced up PGA golfer Aaron. Center. I don't know his first name. Let's see. Let me get to comment that was made. So there's another golfer. I'll share it. They won't think I'm capping. We're trying to get more receipts out here for y'all, so y'all don't think we capping.
No cap.
That's right. All right. Nick Shithole Kyrgios shared his thoughts on world number 1 Yannick Sinner avoiding a ban after testing positive twice, all right, for the juice out there.
He's a sinner.
Yeah, that's right. It's a tripped out name. We're all sinners. We're born sinners according to the Bible. Now, ridiculous is Nick Kyrgios. Whether it's an accidental or planned, you get tested twice with a banned steroid substance. You should be gone for 2 years. Your performance was enhanced. Massage cream, yeah, nice. Yeah, Handy J should be having some issues. So
he doesn't use a cream.
all right. I don't know. So I just want to comment on once your comment, I'll start with you, DJ. How do you feel about that quote versus what's going on in the PGA? Karen started his clock. Let's go.
Okay,
Wait. My bad. So sorry. That's Karen. She's fucking around.
Come on, Karen.
It gets harder as the show goes on, man, because I think she's back there smoking or something.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting the vape. All right. Yeah. All right. Advanced. All right, there we go. All right, my brother. Let's go.
So I think he's a tennis player. I don't think he's golf. I think he's tennis. But whatever the sentence is for you for an offense, if you're caught with it, whether it was accidental, the accidental part should clear you going forward, but the penalty should still be the same because you had it in you and you did it. So even if a guy who was purposely doing it, his penalty is going to be severe. His rep is probably ruined. But if it's accidental, you still get the same sentence, but your rep isn't tarnished going forward because they know that it was an accident. Horse racing. Horse that won the was it the Derby a couple of years ago? Mm-hmm. It was one of the big races. He tested positive, and it was from them rubbing the cream on his something.
How do they know it was an accident? Did you research that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
because I can get tested positive for something and say it was an accident and tell my job.
That's the whole point. So whether it's something that was put on you for this particular reason or not, the penalty is still the same. They took the purse back from the trainer who horse tested positive, stripped the purse, gave it to
MERS. You talking about they took Caleb's MERS?
Stand down.
Oh, go ahead. My bad. Your 30 seconds are up, but we're gonna let you.
Yeah, but we talk.
No,
so
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So my point is that the penalty is still the same, and this is the best trainer, one of the best trainers in horse racing. Period. So the penalty for his horse was, and he was banned. Not only he got banned from that track and other tracks he couldn't take his horses to. So, and he's one of the top trainers in horse racing. So my point is, if your penalty is this in a sport, that's what the penalty is. There is no, it was an accident. No, again, the accident part can save your reputation. Hey, he didn't do it intentionally, which could come up later in terms of Hall of Fame aspirations, things of that nature when people want to vote you into places. But as far as the penalty, no, man, you got to do the time. You got to be suspended or whatever that penalty is.
All right, great take. So yeah. So accident, huh? It was an accident. That's brilliant. All right, because then everybody who tests positive should just say it was an accident, and then they can they get suspended, keep their money, and then keep their reputation. All right, Ace, it's on you, Ace. 30 seconds, Karen. Let's get them going now.
If just like Dizzo's saying, if whatever the governing body's penalty was, it is what it is. You got caught. If it's 2 months, if it's 2 years, if it's 12 years, whatever they say, that's what it is. If they say you gotta give back the money, you do that, and you move on. You shouldn't be banned for a lifetime of something, especially in baseball when you have the Barry Bonds and those guys of the world who were being tested for something that wasn't even illegal at the time, and now it affects the rest of their after career to the fact that they can't make it into the Hall of Fame. I think it's just hypocrisy on the owner's part, who made all the money off of these guys hitting home runs, getting built up, booped up, or whatever the hell they had to do to save baseball. So,
and that's exactly why I say, like, if it was something that you didn't knowingly take, you can come out and say, hey, look, this is what I took. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know that this was this, or it was on the list. Of
yeah,
stuff
but they already got
take.
rules that you got to know. This is already.
But what I'm saying is, you're gonna get the penalty.
He should be banned for life. I feel anybody caught with steroids. I don't care if it was on purpose, on accident, because I ain't got time to be trying to figure it. How could it be an accident? Unless you told me, man, I went to you can't.
No, but here's what you got to be careful of when you say.
You got to stop putting stuff in your body.
No, but this is what I'm trying to explain to you. There's certain stuff out there, right? That when you take it in your body, it can end up
Give me an example of this stuff.
So if you go look up the list for different sports as far as what they can take, what they cannot take, right?
That's my point. So, all those powders and mixes.
But
they can go get vegetables from Whole Foods.
Here's an example. Poppy seeds on hot dog buns.
1984 Olympics. 84 Olympics. Carl Lewis tested positive.
It was poppy seeds on the hot. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Carl Lewis. Pick up Carl Lewis.
He tested positive. 84 Olympics, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't throw him out of the Olympics, right?
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that he tested positive for, now it's much more stricter now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not on the list today.
Of course, there's always new stuff.
Right. But again, it's way stricter today.
I would ban.
In the 84,
listen, they need to ban all these mixes and creams and say, look, if you're gonna play football, you're gonna be a natural whole food athlete.
You can't say that. I can't say that because the different supplements and vitamins that these people take, these companies don't always tell the truth, and a lot of times.
Correct. So we're gonna ban you from taking because of that. We're gonna ban you from taking all of that. We're gonna ban you. We're not gonna. Okay, then you're banned for life.
Ban for life. No, there's no ban for life. You get a suspension or whatever.
You don't have to take any of those supplements.
But your trainer brings it. Your trainer.
Your trainer. Your doctors bring you this.
Ban
the
trainer.
Man.
There's no more of that. There's no more of that. There's no more of the supplements. Just take natural stuff. Like the way Jackie Robinson used to do, like the way the great Walter Payton used to do, like the way
Walter Payton was taking painkillers and stuff, man.
Who was?
Walter Payton.
Well, those are given painkillers, and those are painkillers given to him by the league.
He said it.
The league was doping up the whole NFL with.
Yeah, the whole NFL was on steroids.
Yeah,
not saying that they weren't. I'm saying that.
I'm just having my opinion.
No, I know, but I disagree. You can't just ban people for life if something comes up testing positive.
I'm saying if I make a rule in my league, if I'm running, say, Jackie Robinson West, and the kids are starting to use different stuff in car, I was actually, I didn't know. Yep.
There is in one league.
So you ban.
Tell me one league.
I know, but
it bans you for life if you get caught testing positive.
Yeah. Now, when the pink people say what I say, then it's going to be okay, right? I don't need to wait for pink people to agree with me to have an opinion, right? Just because they aren't doing it doesn't mean they're wrong. That's why they're not wrong. That's why they're having these problems. So for me, the solution would be, all right, stop taking all those powders and supplements and deer antler spray. If you take it, you own your own, and we're not allowing you to say it's an accident. I don't know if Ace owns that company and said, man, I'm about to start a shell company, and I'm going to put all these ingredients in there, but it's got juice.
Listen, you and they winking at each other in one of them sports,
but they know
you're trying to recover. You're taking supplements and vitamins to try to get your body up to speed as quick as possible.
And everything you can get. All of that you can get eaten naturally. All of it.
Tweets.
And again, do your homework. That's all I got to tell you, bro. Do your homework. Same way you ain't know about all them tight ends. I don't know about this guy. I don't know about Njoku.
Yeah.
Do your homework, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. No sport like bans you forever
from taking supplements.
Positive. No, if you test positive,
and that's the problem. And that's the problem.
No, that's not a problem. No, I'm trying to tell you that
so
there's a lot of people.
You're happy with people being on juice and
no. What I'm saying is that when you get penalized for it, the sentence depending on whatever they give you for that violation.
Like I said, if I was a kid today, I'm not telling kids to do it. I would take juice so I can get a big contract.
You get false tests. You get false tests all the time.
And then I would have Diesel show up and explain all this to everybody. You know what I mean? Meantime, I got rich. I ruined my body, and I got 2 years off. You got to ban it.
You get false tests all the time.
There's
been several people who got tested positive, and it wasn't their freaking sample. So you're gonna ban them for life?
You could repetition after 2 years.
Oh my God!
But these kids
it'd be taking you like 10 years to fight that stuff, man.
What you saying, Ace?
How many kids are doing it now? They've been doing that. I mean, they take what they got to take to get what they got to get.
Yeah.
And, you know,
it's a 2-year ban.
They get there, and then they start, you know, if they get caught, cool. If they don't get caught, maybe they'll stop. But you know,
I'm saying is the penalty is the penalty. But there's no.
Well, let me ask you, Diesel. Let me ask you then. Why are they taking it if it can risk being banned for 2 years? Why would you take a supplement? Why would any athlete take that risk? I don't know what's in it, but I'm gonna take it any fucking way. Why? Why would you take that risk?
Get to the bag.
Well, a lot of them are ignorant to the fact. They may not be knowing. They're taking the advice of their trainer or their doctors or their team from their agent. And if they're telling them to take this stuff, they're thinking that it's okay. A lot of them are young guys. They're not
18, 19, 21, 22-year-olds.
That's why you simplify.
I think baseball.
But that's why you simplify it for them, and you tell them, I don't care who gives it to you, your agent, your dad, your parents. I don't care if it's at the GNC store. Let me finish. I don't care if it's at the GNC store. You don't take any of that. You are allowed to eat apples, oranges, vegetables. You are allowed to do that and work out and lift weights. That's it. If we test for anything that we say is banned, you are banned for life. That's all I'm saying.
And you never took nothing. You never took nothing, right? And then they test you. I'm saying, I'm using this example.
Okay, yeah.
They test you, and you got a positive. And then you're banned for life. And you never took anything. And they tested the wrong freaking sample for somebody else, but it was you. But you got banned for life.
Well, they got retested. Come on, they do the samples 3 different times.
Do your homework, man.
Bro, they don't just do a test one time, bro.
They do two samples, bro. 2, the A and the B. They do 2.
So how's it gonna be from somebody else?
Because they mix them up all the time. Go and do your homework, bro. Do your homework.
Because your trainer rubs your bum. The trainer rubs your bum with some cream that he didn't mean to give you.
I mean, these testing. Let me be clear.
Hold on, let him finish. Go ahead, Ace.
The trainer rubbed your bum with something that was.
You want him to finish that?
Yes. Not from your sport.
Come on. Man.
It could be something from that he's using for another athlete as opposed to your sport, and it's banned in your sport, but it's okay in this sport. You know, it happens.
Ignorance doesn't protect you from the law. You can't shoot somebody in the face and then say, I didn't know that was illegal, and then expect not to go to jail for life.
First-time offenders who test positive for drugs.
Is it 60 games?
60
lifetime ban.
It's like one of the most harsh ones, right? And then the second time,
I didn't know I was gambling on baseball. My trainer came here and gave me a lick. And he said I was betting on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, but it turned out I was betting on the Cubs. I didn't know. I'm like, come on, bro.
Allegedly.
Come on, man.
And what's the second offense? I think it's what? Like
I think it's 120. And then you go into a season. I have to look at it.
It's hard, but
it's harsh.
But yeah, I just think a lifetime ban is over the top because it's not always as cut and dry as you may think.
No, I feel that. I feel that 100%. I don't think I got. No, I don't think I got. Damn, I don't have a video. So, all right, but there was a video because I don't want to pull it up. All right, there was a. Let's see, Michael Penis. Falcons. Oh, here it is. All right, don't give up. Don't ever give up.
The reason the Falcons are hiding Michael Penix is because he's playing too well. This is extremely strange. Now, for starters, the only thing more surprising, the reason the Falcons are hiding Michael Penix is because he's playing too well. This is extremely strange. Now, for starters, the only thing more surprising than drafting a top 10 QB after handing a free agent QB $180 million is refusing to play that top 10 QB in exhibition games. Taylor Heineke and John Paddock took all the snaps in the second preseason game. It's odd considering Penix hardly played in the first game. game. He was under center for just a quarter and a half, but looked pretty good. The thought process of sitting your first rounder who's slated to be your backup doesn't make sense, but Raheem Morris seems more confident than ever. All he needed to see was 9 completions in less than 2 quarters of work. Morris has already ruled out Penix in the preseason finale versus Jacksonville. The more likely reason for Penix's absence is to avoid a QB controversy. Think about it like this. What if Penix played week 2 and 3 of the preseason and looked sharp? Then come week 1, Cousins looks bad versus an extremely tough Steelers defense. The pressure on Morris would be on immediately, and he's doing everything he can to avoid that situation, even if that means slowing Penix's growth with fewer live reps. I'm Frank Michael Smith, and that's my take.
Now, let me close this. All right, I'm gonna start this with Ace. This is still the MEP round. The reason I put this up here is because it's literally when Drop Dead Gorgeous Cousins was a rookie and he got drafted, even though they already had the guy who just got banned from TV. What's the quarterback name? Mobile quarterback got broke
RG3.
up. Yeah, RG3. They didn't hold, and Cousins was balling in the preseason. They didn't say, okay, damn, you know what I'm saying? We can't have this. We got to hide this guy and not play him. So this guy is saying that they're hiding him to avoid a quarterback controversy. This is a Drop Dead Gorgeous guy. So
That's what they did in Chicago.
So but the take I'm asking y'all is any comment, but should Penis start over Cousins at this point? I'm gonna start with Ace, and then I'm gonna throw it to Diesel. I gotta get Karen to start the clock. Or any take y'all got on that video, man, because I just thought it was interesting. Let's see here. Advanced computer audio only. All right, Ace. And you know, I was big on Michael Penis, y'all. They said, you know, that guys like me who supported Justin need to apologize. And I say, wait a minute. I wanted to move down, get Marvin Harrison Jr. and bring in a Michael Penis. We still would have had Bilbo Bagent. We still would have had the quarterback room with Justin Fields, and we still would have had more of that draft capital next year. And we still don't know what Marvin. Man, I saw some highlights of Marvin Harrison, man. Shit. I saw Odumze. I'm talking about preseason highlights. They're cut and dried. Odumze can't hold Marvin Harrison's jockstrap. I know y'all are Bear fans and y'all love it, and I love them too. Two things can be true. One can be very good, and the other one could be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I see first ballot Hall of Famer in Marvin Harrison Jr. So I will not eat crow until you look at the whole totality of what we were saying about that Justin thing. But Ace is on you. Michael Penis, should he start? And what's your take on that video? 30 seconds, bro. Well, wait, Karen's tripping. There we go.
Well, I mean, I think the Falcons already made their commitment to the veteran quarterback, and rushing a rookie out there in the first game of the season is not necessary unless you're in a situation where you don't have any quarterback.
Then why not play him in the preseason?
Not play him in the preseason because they bring him along in the playbook and trying to get him to learn the offense. I saw him in the Sugar Bowl. I saw Doomsday in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. I know those guys are great players, but I think that they've got a system and a scheme that they're putting together for longevity, as opposed to rushing the kid out there and hoping he learns the offense, doesn't get hurt, and all these sorts of things, when they can maybe bring him along later on in the season, trade Cousins before the trade deadline, and still be in good shape to make it into the playoffs. So, Atlanta's doing great things as far as the team is concerned, and we'll just have to wait and see how they pan out.
All right. I just feel like if it was the other way around, if there was a rookie Cousins and there was a veteran black quarterback, they'd have his ass out there. But
we'll see
money or not, because we saw what happened to Russell Wilson. But all right, Diesel, what were you saying, Ace? Go ahead. We'll see what?
In New England when they run Drake May out there and see what happens.
All right. Diesel, any comment on that video? And do you feel like Penis should start? Here we go. 30 seconds, Karen.
Now, first of all, I'm going to get you for being disrespectful, sitting up there talking about Hall of Famer. That's the same type of jargon that these new kids talk about with NBA players and stuff. You don't say nothing like that. You just say looks like he's going to be a real good player. leave it at that. Don't be putting all that kind of stuff in it.
No.
Dude ain't played one NFL game yet.
No, he's as freaky as Caleb. Go ahead.
Stand by. Now, as far as Penix, that's on the Falcons' fault. They paid Cousins all of that damn money to come there off of an Achilles injury. So you draft this guy, you don't let him play in the preseason, a couple of snaps. Is he the number 2? Because evidently he's not, because your number 2 would get more snaps than what he got in the preseason.
Right.
So it takes a coach with cojones. You would have to have somebody like Belichick on that staff saying
somebody pink who don't have to worry about getting fired.
Somebody you still get fired. So unless that word came from up top, and the only time you get up top is a GM with a whole lot of pool, or the owner, somebody like Al Davis when he was living, he'll send word like, "No, you don't play this one. I don't care what he's doing."
Can you not say they were in a position similar to the Bears, meaning even though it wasn't a number 1 generational that fell in their lap, they wasn't expecting, just like when we got Rome Odunze, they wasn't expecting him to be available, but it was dumb. You're right. There's no way to explain it because they went and signed that dude and they knew all these quarterbacks were in the draft.
Yeah, so you get this dude, and again, it would take a coach who's like, I'm playing the best player right now. So if
like Denver's coach.
Cousins hasn't taken kahunas. He got kahunas, right? Cousins hasn't taken a snap in the preseason coming off of ACL. I mean, not ACL and Achilles, which is what.
You mean Rodgers?
No, Cousins. Cousins is their quarterback.
Yeah.
Coming off of that torn Achilles. So
he's a veteran.
So you got, who's your number 2? Because evidently the way they played it is not Penix. They act like they don't want him to play at all this year, right? He's not a regular rookie. He's like 24 already. He did like 5 years in college from the injuries and then the COVID that they gave you more time and stuff. So I don't get it. I don't get it. So you need a coach with the cojones to say he's the best guy right now. And if he was, they'd have gave him more time in the preseason.
Cojones or cachet, but go ahead, Ace.
There's some inside information stating that Falcons will be accused of tampering, and they will lose their number 1 pick next year. So if they lose the number 1 pick, they would have an opportunity to draft a quarterback.
What do you mean? Why would they be accused of tampering? What are you talking about?
There's a tampering allegation in the case about
Cousins
with the NFL. I think for Cousins, and
yeah.
So they lose that number 1 pick, they won't have an opportunity to draft a quarterback next year. And then you're looking at Cousins being 2 years into his
and you don't know how he's coming back off that Achilles. Yeah.
So go get you a quarterback. They've got the defensive end from New England, Judon. They picked up who else? They picked up somebody. I mean, they making moves, man.
I watched them in the preseason a little bit. Their defense didn't look like all of that. So they look like they're gonna have
they getting old. You only got a window.
Have to score some points.
Yeah, you only got a window, man. You got a 3-year window before you old, bro. In the league.
Yeah.
And if Cousins, man, I just think it's you coming off of. Is he even starting week 1?
Yeah.
You know?
Because they didn't play Penix. Yes, he started.
But again, I don't think Penix is the number 2. I don't think he's the number 2. The way they used him, it's
they probably want to do what I said we should have done with Justin, had him on the clipboard, practice squad, and don't even make him a number 2. But Penix is more prepared to play than Justin was at that point.
He's an older guy.
he should be.
Well, I mean, they got experienced Heineken that could be a 2, and they can put Penix at the number 3 and hold the clipboard and learn the game for at least half a season or a full season.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time they get
he's the most ready quarterback, though.
Man,
well,
what pick did they get him at?
They got him at 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So he was in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's
what I'm saying. He a lefty, and he throwing lasers too, bro.
So
he came out there
next year, or he's going to play toward the end. It depends on their season.
Yeah,
but he's the backup plan, I would believe, and he's going to learn the system, learn how to be an NFL quarterback while he's holding that clipboard. Like
basically, you paying this guy all this money, he's going to play this season, at least this season.
Absolutely.
Talking about Cousins.
Now he's got to play his way out of that position, which I don't think he will.
But you keep saying he's a veteran like that means something. He hasn't won any playoffs.
He won a playoff game.
Yeah, he's won. Yeah, but I'm saying he ain't even got to a Super Bowl or nothing. Like what I'm saying is the way Russell Wilson was just thrown to the scrap heap.
Yeah.
If I was a black coach, I'd have done this guy just like that. I would, to Dizzo's point, I'd have been doing this guy. He don't fit my system. You know what I'm saying? I'd have done the same thing. I would have maligned him in the fucking media. I would have tore his name down, and I'll go with penis because that's the same thing Denver's coach would do if he had a white boy behind him.
Yeah, he's
I think they made a mistake paying Kirk Cousins all of that money. That's knowing that it was a nice, good handful of good quarterbacks coming out.
Yeah.
And you pay this guy all this money, and he's coming off a torn Achilles, and he's older. So,
but
I'm like,
to Ace's point, their players they had experienced players who were playing playoff level football, so they probably didn't want to bring in a rookie. You know what I mean? Like they probably was thinking they wasn't going to do that, and they probably didn't think penis was going to fall that low. But that's bad.
But if I'm the coach, I'm like, hey man, listen, because I think was Morris there last year, right?
Yeah,
he was there. So you get the rookie, and you don't sign this guy in free agency. You might be able to buy yourself another
year or two, yeah,
because he's not getting another year if they don't do well this year.
But they told this black ass if you don't get to the Super Bowl, you fired either way it goes. That's what they're telling these black coaches.
Nah, he's got a dilemma now.
He was born on the clock.
He may not be successful
when y'all
with
getting
this
quarterback
dilemma that he's done caused.
We checked y'all insurance and when y'all taking the baby out of the infirmary. You know what I mean? They be getting us out of there.
I think they just got depth. I mean, every team in the NFL needed 2 quarterbacks last year.
Uh-huh.
And now you're sitting in a position where you got this experience, number 1. You got experience number 2, and you got a rookie.
Experience number 1 coming off an Achilles, to Dizzo's point, and you got a rookie in there throwing lasers, bro.
Right, he's there. He's waiting to play, but he's going to learn. And in the interim, behind, he got 2 veteran quarterbacks.
He hurt that Achilles damn near when it was playoff time. It was only like a couple of games late in the season. And you don't come back from an Achilles that soon.
But see, I'm not going to blame the coach because I truly don't believe that all of this is coming from above him. I think if it was his decision, he'd have that brother out there. That's all I'm saying.
And that's what's so confusing. You should have been letting Penix get the reps of a number 1 through preseason.
But it came from above him.
That's what I said. Unless it's coming from above.
Yeah.
And they're telling him like, nah, you're going to put him. We don't want this controversy.
We don't want no controversy. We paying this dude all this money. And yeah. And we promised this dude 1 year. You know what I mean? And that's fair. I mean, you know.
Aaron Rodgers' Achilles was different. He tore his the first game of the season.
Hey, but that's only going to fly so long, though.
Right. But I'm saying in terms of time of recovery, it's been like a year. Been right at a year. He didn't take no snaps in the preseason, but he rarely does anyway. But this dude tore his, it was basically this year almost, because it was like the end of last season when he tore his. So he shouldn't be ready to go. That's my whole point. He shouldn't be ready to go.
Yeah, it'd be right. Last MEP round topic, y'all. I'll start with Dizzo and then we'll get on the topic and get out of here. Marvin Harrison Jr., who I just mentioned. So the question is he a diva? He's got beef with the NFLPA, and apparently his dad, legend Marvin Harrison Sr., had cut a deal when he was in college with Fan Addicts, his dad's LLC. And Marvin is saying, well, I never, agreed to that deal. So they can't sell his jerseys or anything right now. He's balling out, man, in the preseason. So my question is Marvin Harrison Jr. a diva, or do you guys agree with him holding out for more compensation and not allowing his not giving up 360 deals, because they gave his dad like 40 stacks in college when he was in college? I'll start with you, Dizzo. 30 seconds. Man, he was the best, allegedly the best player in that draft. That's all I'm saying, y'all. But we'll see how that pans out.
You got the clock started?
You watch Channel Zero.
He done froze, right?
It looks that way.
Yeah, he's stuck in froze, right? We can do it without him. But I don't mind him doing that. If he didn't actually sign the contract for it,
Yeah.
Hey, didn't you leverage it to however you need to get as much money as you possibly can? They want to use his name and stuff. So be it. Yeah, get as much money. And it's tricky because from what I've seen, the thing that they kind of agreed to, I think it was the players or something, they agreed to his father's company. It wasn't his.
Harrison, all Harrison.
Something.
Something. Yeah.
So I'm like, man, get your money, man. If get as much as you can until they agree to it.
They slipped. That's for what I seen. I think it was Harrison, official Harrison. So official Harrison is dad. Official Harrison is son, and there's no agreement with the NFL Players Association and there's fanatics if it's not going. You can't sell NFL jerseys unless you got an agreement with the Shield, and they didn't have an agreement with the Shield. So you made an agreement with my dad. My dad is he's a Harrison. He's an official Harrison. So yes, if he agreed to sign a deal with you, that's who you agreed with. But I've been since the age I was 18. I can sign my own contracts, and I didn't sign nothing at Ohio State, and I haven't signed anything now. So it's up to you guys to figure out how the hell y'all gonna make an agreement with me to get my rights to sell my NFL jersey. It's shit. It's pure genius, as far as I'm concerned. When I looked at the story, like, wow.
I got no problem with it. Get as much as you can.
Yeah.
Until you sign.
Yeah.
And they're gonna need you more as you keep going along. And from what he said, he never signed the thing with Fanatics.
Yeah.
He said, I didn't sign. We had like a verbal thing, an agreement, but he never signed for whatever it is that they needed to have a deal with. So
I think that was my dad signing. I didn't sign anything. But the real problem is the college students that are having to sign as sophomores or freshmen this 4-year deal that continues into them making it into the league, that they sign their rights away or sign their image and likeness for pennies to sell their collegiate jerseys, but the deal still continues until the first couple of years of them being in the NFL, and Fanatics is running with that, taking these rights away and selling their jerseys and their image and likeness and cards and all this for little or nothing, because they've signed these contracts in college, so they can buy pizzas on the weekend. So it's
that's some hustle stuff, man. Yeah. So I got no problem with him trying to get as much as he can until he needs to. Until he needs to sign it, get as much as you can out of it. So I guess he said his signal disconnected, so he said just keep it going. So
and you're also looking at a player that's not as Milz, as Nine would say, poor and stupid. I mean, he's got a father that played in the league. There was no real need or intent that he needed to sign a contract with Fanatics to have some money in his pocket or get him a car or fix up his car, have some place to live, because his father's an NFL Hall of Famer. So the fact that that they came at him and they sued him once he made it to the NFL to use his name, image, and rights because of this quote unquote contract with this third party company it's quite amazing. So
has Kyler Murray played at all in the preseason with him?
I have no interest in the Arizona Cardinals.
I haven't seen him, but I wouldn't mind seeing what kind of chemistry, if they got any. That's why I was asking if he's played at all with him this year.
Hopefully he has. The chemistry on that team, I don't think is good. They're going into a new offense with a new coach and new offensive coordinator. So I don't know what's going on in Arizona.
I don't really pay attention to him too much, but
that's a tough situation.
His dad was my favorite wide receiver of all time. So makes me wanna pay attention to see how little son does. Yeah, I want to see him succeed.
My interest last year was the Bears keeping JF1, of course, you know that, and trading down and picking up a Marvin Harrison and picking up some more draft picks and maybe getting an offensive tackle or getting some more defensive players. But the fact that they did what they had to do, they went and got a number one quarterback. Roma Doomsday came to the team, and we can pick up some more defensive players next year. The
we
team
good.
is fairly young. We're still under the cap, so
man, we
everything's
good.
looking good.
Caleb is him. Caleb is him.
Yeah. The only way, my whole issue with the draft was, remember, I didn't mind them trading down.
Yeah.
But for me,
your boy, you wanted looking good.
I wanted a quarterback, but the problem was the number 2 team needed a quarterback too. So that was my dilemma. I was like, man, we got to get the quarterback at 1 or 2. Trading past that, we can get Harrison, but we can't get the quarterback we want because the other ones.
I wanted Penix, though. I wanted Michael Penix.
No, I didn't mind Penix, but for me, he couldn't be taken that high, right? So, you know where the Falcons got him at?
Yeah.
You know where the Falcons got him at?
Yeah.
Around there.
That's where we would have got him. We'd have moved down and got MHJ, and we still would have,
because we were at 9. And we could have picked up.
We had 9 and 1
at 4 or 5.
Yeah, and then had another number 1 for next year. Yeah.
But if I was trading off of that, I couldn't go no lower than 2. And if for 2, I wasn't picking Harrison. It's going to be
That's because you wanted either Caleb or
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
I wanted either one of those.
And they both. I hear you, man, because they lights out, man. But it's a lot. That's why I love football, man, because we get to see this all play out in real time. You know what I mean? We get to see how these guys' career, turn out. So
that's why I want Justin to start to see how he. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, he needs four weeks in that system.
Pittsburgh ain't the right. You know why it's not the right place for him? Because they not. When you know how we've been saying, I said change your offense. To a different offense. Tomlin's not going.
They're not.
That.
He's saying the same shit. He's not seeing stuff. Yeah, he ain't seeing it. Stop calling him plays he ain't gonna see. Yeah,
he's not gonna be successful running that stuff that he's running in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
he's just not. So it's like
he would have been fine here with who's this guy we got here from Seattle?
Yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't do enough for the
but the line is
does
playing
some bootlegs,
better.
But not like how to. Again, every time I picture Fields, I'm picturing
I know what you're
Ravens
saying.
type offense a couple of years ago.
No, but I know what you're saying. It'll be somebody open. Okay, and it's okay if you didn't trust the pocket. You'll scramble out the pocket and you can hit that guy and he don't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like Caleb will move to hit that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Fields
even if he can run and you 4 yards in front of me, you hit that guy. It keeps everybody engaged. It keeps everybody happy. It keeps everybody eating. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to make their money.
And if you look at the Ravens playbook on Madden, look at it on Madden.
Shit, that was my playbook I used.
And it's so different because of the different ways that they would use Lamar Jackson. And that's what Fields, I think, would need to be successful. Because when he would pass, dudes is going to probably be wide open.
I tell you what, I love his interviews, Lamar Jackson. He don't be playing around with the pinks, man. He ain't trying to. He's like opposite of Russell Wilson. I don't think he could care less what the pinks think about, how he rolls and everything. They can't do nothing but accept him, and they have.
Have you ever said when he ran off the field that day? They caught him running to the locker room. And it's like, we don't know what's wrong with Jackson, but we think he's been hurt again. But he's dancing like this around the thing, and he had the runs, I think.
I bet if he used that massage cream, it'd be a whole different narrative, and he'd be losing endorsements and everything. You know what
But
I mean?
I think NFL players, what is it? It's like when they get
They'll be
caught the
tearing
first
down his
time,
whole legacy.
it's like 4
4
games, 3 or
games. Yeah.
yeah. And then the second offense is like I
Yeah.
think half a season or a
Yeah.
season.
So I'm saying, it's
Yeah.
sending a message to the kids.
But they're not using outside trainers. They're using the team trainer, and that team trainer gives them some shit, some creams,
Approved by the league.
It's
Yeah.
everything approved by the league.
Yeah. All right,
And they
let's move
still
on.
get people to pop though. They still get people to
Oh
test
yeah,
positive.
yeah. It's just like the dope game. You know, you're
It's
gonna have
like,
a few sacrificial limbs so it can look like sacrificial lambs, so it can look like they care and they're doing something about it. But they're happy about the dope game. All right, the league is probably profiting off of the sale of steroids. If you want to think about it, it's probably, in my opinion, laundering all of the drug sales. Okay, Tom. Let's get on topic. Tom Brady, GOAT or most overrated of all time. We were going to cover this. Tom Brady, is he the GOAT? Diesel last week said, in his opinion, he's the most overrated of all time. So I came up with M.O.A.T, and I've been all over the internet using that for LeBron James too. Unpacked. So we're going to unpack this right now. Brady, before the NFL, just give y'all some background. He played 29 college games at University of Michigan. He had 395 completions. One thing, man, about these quarterbacks with experience, they seem to do better in the league, bro. Passing yards, 4,773 yards. Touchdowns, 30 versus 17 interceptions. We talking college. Drop dead gorgeous. 30 touchdowns and 17 interceptions. Still got his way into the National Football League. But Michigan's record, the Wolverines went 40-9 during his tenure in those 4 years, including 20-5 when he actually became a starter his junior and senior seasons. Michigan achieved a 10-3 record in 1998 and then went 10-2 in 99 with Tommy Terrific leading the charge. While Brady doesn't hold a single FBS record, he left his mark at Michigan. He's tied for third in passing touchdowns in a single game, which is 4 touchdowns versus Alabama on New Year's Day 2000. That was when we had the big millennial bug everybody was worried about.
We're gonna die. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, fanned a lot of fear. A lot of computer people got paid nonsense. All right, fourth in career 200-yard passing games, kind of like Justin Fields, 200 yards. You know, that was okay for him. 15 games. And he tied fourth and ninth in most 200 passing games in a season. So nobody cares. 200. We're talking 200 passing yards in college. But what do you guys, let's talk about his accomplishments. We're not going to just shit on him. It won't be fair. Before I ask y'all that, he was born August 3rd, 1977 in San Mateo, California. As of 2024, the area median income, AMI, for a household in San Mateo is $186,000. So I wouldn't necessarily call him poor and stupid.
He's just stupid.
Yeah. He led his team to a record 7 Super Bowl victories, all right, in 2002, 2004, 2005, 2015, 2017. It was a big jump. Damn, 10 years. 2017, 2019, 2021.
They started cheating.
That's when he became the NFL company Plant. He was named the Super Bowl most valuable player 5 times. Can't take that away from, well, I don't think he deserved it all 5. We'll get there. So he was MVP 2002, 2004, 2015, 2017, 2021. So if we're going to call him the most overrated of all time, we have to acknowledge why people are calling him the GOAT. He currently, like LeBron James, has the most career passing yards because he played for a shit long time. Most career completions, most career touchdown passes, but LeBron would have the most career interceptions, like he has most career turnovers, but Brady doesn't have that. Most games started by a QB, most regular season wins by a QB, most playoff wins by a QB, only Super Bowl MVP for 2 different franchises, all right? 3-time All-Pro, I'm big on that. 14 Pro Bowl selections, 3 NFL MVP player awards, 2009 AP Comeback Player of the Year, 2010 AP NFL Offensive Player of the Year, 2007 AP Press NFL Offensive Player of the Year, and 2007 Burt Bell Award. So that's enough of my lead-in. I'll start with you, Ace. Any other things? What? Because we're none of us saying is Brady's stupid or not a good player. What do you like about Brady's game, and what actually good things did he do? Where you said, man, that dude, those new rules in the game and all that talent around him?
I mean, it's hard to discount his resume. 15 Pro Bowls, 649 touchdowns, 89,000 passing yards, 3 MVPs, however many of them was earned, and 5 Super Bowl MVPs. It's tough to discount his resume, but you have to go into he was drop dead gorgeous, so some of his accolades were hoisted upon him because of his drop dead gorgeousness. So I've never really discounted Brady as being a great quarterback in this league, but
he was an overblown game manager in my mind. I've said it the whole time, but go ahead, fella. Go ahead.
There are other quarterbacks that deserve their roses for their accolades as well that might have been suppressed because you have a drop dead gorgeous Tom Brady running around here cheating.
I know we're praising him right now. My fault. I only took a shot. That was my bad. Diesel, give me your praises of Tom Brady because we want to be balanced here, and then we're going to get into why we may argue that he's the most overrated. No one's saying he's a bum. I don't think.
No, he's one of the. So listen, again, when we use these different terms loosely, okay? So for football, I can't stand it when I hear people say the GOAT. So I need to hear him say by position. Okay, I think this guy's the
100%. Because Walter Payton's the greatest ever.
I think this guy's the greatest running back.
But praise Brady. Before we go there, I want to hear your praises of Brady.
I'm about to get to that. So I don't like hearing these terms GOAT used so loosely. But I want it by positions, right? And then eras, because eras matter. Brady, for me, he's a top 5 quarterback of all time. He's in that top 5.
Why?
So, because of things that he did playing the position, things that he achieved, things that he's done in the clutch.
100% that comes out clutch. Yeah. His moxie, bro. He'll go over there, cuss out the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? He held everybody accountable. His leadership.
And make no mistake about it, he worked hard to get because he barely made it into the league.
Correct. You saw his college.
He was late round, like 6th round, 7th round.
And let me say this: when I say he's a game manager, he's the best ever. He's like the guy at San Fran right now. And then as they get better, as he get more experience, like Brady became way more than a game manager, but his first 2-3 chips, they was giving him
the best dink and dunk quarterback I've ever seen. Yes. He's the best dink and dunker.
Yeah.
Everybody tried to say Drew Brees from Sean Payton. No. Brady was the best dink and dunker because he almost knew where he was going every time with the ball.
Yeah, we got to be.
Because of his doing his homework, he could kind of read the defense and knew where to go with that
100%.
So, best dink and dunker of all time to me.
I mean, I think you could put Tyson Bagent in that same similar situation, and Tyson Bagent. No? All right. Go ahead. You were saying something, Diesel, and then we're going to get into
he just his overall accomplishments, they can't be ignored. He's in my top 5 for quarterbacks of all time.
I would agree. Where would you place him, Ace? So for me, it's Joe Montana. I got to go with Joe Montana.
Number 1?
Oh, hell yeah. And I'll probably put Tom Brady second. See, these rules changed, and he took advantage of that, when you couldn't hit the receiver over the middle and all that, and you couldn't hit the quarterback, you couldn't land on him, you couldn't pick him up and slam him. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the controversies, though, because I think this has been overlost. What controversies surround Tommy Terrific, in the history of his career that has some people turned off to it?
Well, let me do this. I went and did my homework, right?
All right.
So now listen to what I'm about to read to you guys. 2001, they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
2003, they won the Super Bowl. 2004, they won the Super Bowl. And 2014 and 2016 and 2018. Now, listen to this stat. 2001, 6th. 2003, 1st. 2004, 3rd. 2014, 8th.
You mean that's where they finished?
No, I'm about to tell you what I'm talking about. 2016, 1st.
Short burst.
And 2020, 8th. That's where the defense ranked on the teams that he played for.
All right, read that list one more time.
Yeah, 01, the defense was 6th in the league. 03, 1st. 04, 3rd. 2014, they were 8th. And 2020, they were 8th. So each year that they won a Super Bowl, the defense was in the top 10, and more than half of those, they were in the almost the top 5, because the first year they were 6.
No, that's a great take. And no, that's a great take. And that's why I was saying, and I hate to do it, any quarterback, I'm not going to mention JF1. That's what I was saying, man, that defense was so bad. And then to throw that win-loss record in front of his face.
And it's ignored. It's ignored. That's my whole point. They don't give it the credit that it deserves.
Correct.
You don't hear them talking about, hey, man, the Patriots, man, they had a bad.
Bro, they had a safety.
Defense,
they had them
man.
linebackers, bro. They had
corners, safeties,
linebackers. Belichick's a defensive genius.
Yeah, he's defensive genius coming from the New York Giants.
And he allegedly gave his players cocaine. Go ahead, Ace. Big ups Lawrence Taylor.
Big up. Well, he didn't give it to him. Well,
you don't know.
Yeah.
They were just talking about how the trainers are giving him everything.
Well, he had everything before he finally showed up at the damn stadium or whatever. Do we have that clip where LT didn't know there was a game? Until he was riding by the stadium trying to go get some of that booger sugar. Anyway.
Good times.
Good times. Back in the different era of the NFL. But, yeah, I mean, we all know that Belichick is a defensive genius, and all Brady had to do was be a game manager in most situations with those teams he had, because of how well the defense was playing. You had all these Hall of Fame players like Rodney Harris and Willie McGinnis, and
because they were getting to the playoffs before him. Go ahead. Yeah.
So and it's just like the situation we got with the Bears this year. Everybody's talking about we got a rookie quarterback and this, that, and the other. But they're going to compete this year because of the defense that they have, and hopefully that rookie manages the offense to the point where we can compete on offense, defense, and definitely special teams with this special kicker we got. That put you in a situation with a last play schedule we were playing to hopefully compete and get into the playoff.
Out of 20 years, from 01 to 2021, 3 times they had the number 1 defense in the league. 2 of those times they won the Super Bowl, and the other time they lost in the wild card round.
And one of those times they had Randy Moss, also known as the Freak.
Yeah,
right. So now, if you look at offense of numbers for the league, 01, they were 6. The next time they played in the Super Bowl and they won, they were 12th. The next time they won, the offense was number 4. The only number 1,
Randy Moss,
when they lost with Moss in 07. Then they also number 1 in 2010, and they lost.
So are you saying that from your memory, because I know you pulled up the stats, but you remember the defense being dominant, them having a running game, them being ball control, running the ball. And then when it got to the big game, the Super Bowl, all the pink guys up in the booth start talking about Tommy Terrific and start saying how great he was and only talking about the good things he was doing and ignoring the great stuff that was going on by the defense. Because they had a running back too.
Yeah, they just don't give it. They don't give it credit. They don't. It's and now I haven't even discussed the part of the cheating.
Well,
right?
hold it. That's where we're at.
So I'm only telling you.
Hold it right there, because that's where we're supposed to be.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm only telling you about the negligence
of
in
course.
regards to what their defense was.
Now, Ace mentioned Deflategate. That was the infamous scandal erupted back in 14. Did they win that year?
2014.
Yeah, let's go back and see.
Let's see, 2014. Yeah, they won the Super Bowl.
They won in 15. They won in 15.
They won it in 2014.
Randy Moss is like,
they won the
why
Super
was you
Bowl.
cheating when I was on the damn
The defense
team?
was 8th, and the offense was.
Well, ChatGTP must have gave me some bad info. All right, well, I'll take that. But so Deflategate, so that the infamous scandal erupted during the 14 playoffs after the Patriots' resounding victory against the Colts in AFC Championship game. Accusations flew that Tommy Terrific tampered with game balls by reducing their air pressure. The goal, to gain an advantage in gripping and the weather, throwing and catching. The Wells report didn't definitively confirm the Patriots' involvement, but Brady faced a 4-game suspension, and the team was fined $1 million. The deflated balls joke still echo in comedic roast. Also, Spygate.
Yeah,
now,
Spygate is worse. Spygate's worse. Way worse, bro.
Worse.
Way worse. Way worse. Way worse.
That
And here's the worst part. It's legal. You can tape people's during the season. You can tape like the coaches or whatever on the sidelines of the other teams. You've got designated spots to do it at, right? So you got designated spaces where you can record, film, and all of that stuff, right? So
I think that invalidates his first 3 Super Bowls, Spygate, because everybody's talking about his preparation. But if I got the video of what the teams are literally their game plan, that's why he knew where he was going. Go ahead.
Those were the NFL rules, and if those were the NFL rules at that time, damn it, you can't blame.
No. They did. That's what I'm saying. They allow you to do it. So if you weren't doing it within what they told you, and remember, they took a 1st-round draft pick from them. And then I think they even went and burnt the tape up because it was so bad. So because they didn't want the information to get out to the public. So they took a 1st-round pick. They fined Belichick. They fined the Patriots. They told Belichick, if we ever catch you doing something again, he's going to be banned from the league. Right? So he was scared. So whatever they found.
He wasn't black. He'd have been gone.
Listen,
if that was a coach of the Steelers, he'd have been gone.
Listen to the margin of victory on the first 3 Super Bowl wins that they had. 2001, I think that was against the Rams, show on turf. The final score, I believe it was like a field goal. I think they won by like a last-second field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Then when they played
Vinatieri.
When they played they played Steve Smith and Muhsin Muhammad with the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Last-second field goal.
Not cheating,
mm-hmm. After cheating though, after cheating to get them down the field.
And the next year, same thing. It was like a field goal. So like those
but they'll cheat. They'll be stopped on 3rd and long, and then they'll call roughing the passer.
First 3 Super Bowls that they got, I don't count none of them.
If Justin Fields was getting those calls, man, like when it was piling on him and stuff, we'd have had some late.
Remember, the Rams say that this is when the Super Bowl week was going on, and you do your walkthroughs for practices. Marshall Faulk says, man, we got told that these guys were videotaping our practices. If you remember that game, Belichick, there were plays where he only rushed like 2 guys. You never see that in the NFL.
And they were calling him a genius.
You never see that. 2 guys.
Just sink everybody into the damn secondary and in the middle of the field because they knew what the hell was coming because they were cheating.
And again, all those games came down to like 3 points, last possession.
He's clutch.
So you needed every edge you could get to win.
He's
clutch. He got caught.
And you still barely won.
Yes. That's why I don't give him no credit for those wins.
Yeah. In the chat, Wordsworth said Anthony Edwards never said that he never watched the league before he was born. So he's ignorant. He's literally ignorant.
Yeah, tell him to go do his homework.
You ain't even watched the games, and you talking about there wasn't no talent in the league.
No skill.
Yeah. You can't improve your game like that.
Yeah,
if I'm a coach, I'm gonna tell them, listen,
they're ignorant. That's
go
ignorant.
watch this player.
They're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Go watch this player. Study his moves. Tell me what you learned.
They're ignorant.
That's ignorant, brother Wordsworth. Investigator Infinitus said bread and circuses. I asked him to explain himself, but I think he's talking about maybe it's all a farce and it's all about money with Tom Brady. I'm not sure.
And the guy from the Jets, they got him from the Patriots. He was the D coordinator. He's the one dropped the bomb on Belichick because he said, well, he told Belichick when they were playing him. He said, look, coach, I know what you do. Just don't do it when we play each other because I know what you do, right?
What a bitch.
Belichick still did it, recording them and everything. He went and told the league.
He said, what a bitch when he walked out. You know what I mean? You can do it to everybody else. I got integrity, but you ain't doing it against me. You know what I mean? Like,
man, he just said, hey, he told him, just don't do it when we play each other.
I know.
And Belichick was like, no, we getting you too. So he went and told the league, got him in trouble.
Hold on, let me give it some context. Back in 2007 season, the Patriots and their head coach, Bill Belichick, faced allegations of recording other teams' coaching signals. They literally knew what was going on the other side during the games. And illicit tactic that violated NFL regulations. While Brady wasn't as directly implicated in Spygate, both controversies fueled animosity and cast shadows on his legacy. Some fans even questioned his status as the GOAT because of that.
Yeah.
He benefited.
Why did he throw his phone into, what was going on when he threw his phone? He went fishing and said he dropped his phone in the ocean so the FBI couldn't get to it.
Evidence.
Evidence of what case, though? What were they investigating?
That was Deflategate.
It was in his phone.
That was Deflategate. That was with the balls. But this stuff with the Spygate, the coordinators for both sides, defense and offense, they could tell him, even if he doesn't know, they're going to tell him plays to run based on what they know is about to come. So he's benefiting from all of it.
So as you're in the Little League World Series and I'm managing against you, and I know all your team signals because I sat there and recorded y'all during a closed practice session. Do you think that would be an advantage for my pitchers and hitters?
Absolutely.
Ask the Yankees when they played the Astros and they had the electronic device sending the signals from center field to the players. Altuve didn't want to take his shirt off when the game went in Homer, and he was like, "Oh, my wife."
They was up to bat like
my shirt.
They was up to bat like.
No, you got them devices up on.
What's coming, coach?
Now, let me go. They take the damn World Series away from the kids, but from the adults that were cheating, they say, yeah. Do it again.
That's why, if you remember, when Deflategate came up, now remember what I told you, Belichick was under the gun. Next thing happened, your ass might be out the league. What did he say immediately when it came out? I don't have nothing to do with the footballs. You got to ask Tom. Remember when it first came out? He's like,
he sure did.
He didn't want nothing to do with it
because he was already in trouble.
To Tom. I don't have nothing to do with the ball. He didn't want no smoke because he knows he's already.
The league had already told him you got a lifetime ban.
Player.
Yeah, them dudes, man, they stretch the rules to the.
Why did Bill Belichick, in you guys' opinion, want to move off of Tom Brady? That's a question I always ask. Like, what's his name? Phil Jackson never wanted to move off Michael Jordan.
It was just, I think it was just pride, and I can do this without him. You get to that point where.
That's the media narrative, but do you really believe that was it? You're a coach. Why would you want to move off of the GOAT?
I think they just got into it.
I mean, they used to get into it anyway, even when they were winning. It's just they're winning camouflage some of the stuff that's going on, but they used to get into it.
I think he couldn't Bill Belichick Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was in with the owner, be out on this boat.
The owner would always call the call.
He was and Russell Wilson, all Russell Wilson said is, I want the same treatment.
it wasn't like that with the Bulls though. With the owner, he could have
Jordan
told Jerry Krause.
Yeah.
Reinsdorf could have told Krause, "Hey, no, we're not breaking this up."
Correct.
Right. That's all on the owner. So the owner would tell Bill, like, "Hey, man, no, you and Tom got to work this out." He tell him, like, y'all got to work it out. But then it got to, I think, to the point where the owner was like, "All right, I think you got a point. If he don't want to, we'll go another direction."
Well, it got to the point where his arm became like Peyton Manning's arm towards the end, and he was truly a game manager and, fluttering the ball out there and stealing money.
But but all he needed was an offensive line, a running back, and a good defense.
Yeah. That's all Justin Fields needed. But they traded away his running back. But he won in Tampa too. Yeah, see what I did there? He won in Tampa too. You can't take that away from Tom Brady.
No, I don't take that away from him. But that winning in Tampa and some of his later.
Man, he went to a loaded ass team, man.
It was. They loaded it up. They fixed the team right up around him.
Man, come on, man. You gotta give him his props.
No, I ain't saying he didn't play well.
Bro, I would have won a championship with that team. Go ahead, dude.
But
come on.
But they did put a whole lot. They put a whole lot around him real quick.
You damn right. Just like we did this year with
whole lot around him.
He cut and ran just like LeBron James, and he controlled the narrative. When the Patriots weren't going to have anything and they were rebuilding, he didn't want to be a part of that. He found him a great team to go to make his legacy outshine Joe Montana.
And he still ain't in the clear from what he was trying to go to Miami.
Correct. And the league investigated. Correct.
And it's still under investigation, I believe. I don't think that's been solved yet.
He was trying
to go there instead of Tampa. Had like an undercut deal and everything.
If something happened to this guy right here in my left, if something happened to the Chiefs quarterback, Tom Brady will come out of the woodworks, mess around, win a chip, and every time, talking about his legacy.
He was saying his retirement papers and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play one more."
Now, let's not forget also, they always used to have the opposing team's headsets go out right at crucial times of the game. The Patriots.
Nobody doubts the cheating.
But, well, this is the case we're making.
But this is
why is he the GOAT?
Helps.
Yeah, it's the same thing in Boston Garden.
Well, your headset ain't.
Yeah, but the Boston Garden, if you turn in the
Boston Garden, they just turning the heat up,
but that's affecting
your
both
showers cold.
Yeah, but come on. Yeah, but turn the heat up. It's hot for everybody.
But your direct communication in the headset working all game,
right?
And then when you get to a crucial, man, the Steelers
deflating
used to talk
the basketball
about it all the time.
Deflating the basketball.
You're waking the players up at 3:00 in the morning. You're trying to food poison them.
Yeah. All of a sudden, in the third and fourth quarter, our headsets stopped working. Yeah. Well, on a third down.
Well, what do you guys say to this? He's had that longevity, just like LeBron. So how does longevity impact you guys, if in any way, with the whole GOAT conversation?
The deer antler spray? Because we know he's on something. I mean, he's
allegedly, in your opinion.
Allegedly, he's still looking 25 years old, 45. Yeah, he's definitely on something. So
he spends a lot of money on his body and nutrition and stuff. He's well known.
You're not cheating, you're not trying.
I only remember
Lance Armstrong spent a lot of money on his body too.
If he wasn't cheating, he wasn't trying.
Yeah. I only seen him get one significant injury. That was the one time they hit him in his knee and took him out for a season.
Oh, the league was hurt.
That was the only time I seen him suffer an injury.
I don't think that defensive player was playing
of significance. But he benefited from. They changed the rule in like the mid to late after like 2010, somewhere in there, 2010 to 2015.
Yeah, the steroid
where you can't hit him. You can't
can't even touch him.
Yeah, that all of that was, to me, was geared to help.
It was for him. It was for all of that. They said we can't have the best players being hurt, so we have to, change the whole game of football to make the game easy.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, if they drop dead gorgeous, because you can still fall on top of Justin Fields and do whatever you want to him.
Out of bounds. Yeah.
Yeah. So Diesel talked a lot about his team support, and that's an argument people make against Michael Jordan. He played with the best teams, and you know, I want to spit on him, but the law doesn't allow me to the way it's currently structured.
Ed Neely and Luke Longley and whatever the mother bums they had.
Sad Sellers.
Yeah.
But what role does team support play? Because I know, you know what I mean. He, like Diesel said, man, he was playing with stacked teams, bro. Does that take away from the GOAT conversation, or were they just stacked because he was good?
It takes away because you're not giving credit to the rest of the team. Look at the Bears, the '85 Bears. When they won the Super Bowl, the offense I think was number 2 in scoring and number 3 overall.
But they didn't like Jimbo McMahon because he fought back against the league. You know what I mean? He didn't like all that.
But you never hear them talk about that. The offense was like number 2, second in scoring and 3rd overall, something like that. They were top 5 offense. They won the Super Bowl.
That's because they were stacked on defense. They were getting the ball at the 10, 15
number 1 defense. But the whole point is go to the other years. The year before that, when we lost in the championship to the Niners. The year after that, when we were like Buddy left and we were like 14-2.
We didn't have a
quarterback. The offense. We had no offense.
And the year before that, we ran through the league.
Right. So you had to have the other part to be able to win against good teams.
Yeah.
And it's just a fact. You got to have a whole team to be able to win.
I'm going to cut up conversations with Justin Fields with us, you know, and then I'm going to have Diesel making these arguments. It's going to sound like he's talking about Justin Fields. You know what I mean? yeah, we're going to put that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because we agree with you. We've been saying it. And you making it because before him, though, bro, people weren't really drafting quarterbacks number 1 for that reason. It wasn't that they didn't think the position was important. It was that they knew you couldn't come here off the street and manage it. Yeah, you had to be a man. You had to lead the locker room like what's his porn stupid? Terry Bradshaw. Oh, you talk about porn stupid. I love to drink a beer with Terry Bradshaw, man. If so much shit come out of his mouth.
That's another person whose career should have probably the quarterback that he bumped, the black quarterback from the Steelers back then.
Who was?
And he'll tell you. I can't remember the guy's name, but Bradshaw said he was better than me.
Yeah, I remember him saying
and they bumped him.
But he alleged that he wasn't as smart though. He did.
Yeah. Terry Bradshaw was a monkey, but he was smarter than the black quarterback than the
Terry Bradshaw played with one of the greatest defenses ever. Had them cold receivers. They be like great pass. Stalwart was jumping, getting hit.
Look,
just throw that shit up
one
there.
Of the best
throw it up in there, man.
And again, you see my point. The best defense ever, but you end up with like 2 Hall of Fame receivers and 2 Hall of Fame running backs.
Are you saying, barring injury, a healthy Jimbo McMahon would have gotten probably 5 chips in that situation? And
I'll tell you this. If Jim McMahon was playing the next year,
if he played with Belichick, how many chips did he got playing with those same?
I don't, because that's a different era. So, but I can tell you this: if let's say we kept Buddy Ryan, right, and Jim McMahon never got tossed on that shoulder by the Packers, the Bears would have won at least 3 Super Bowls.
See why we say FGB, but you can't say it.
And FGB because he ended up going to Green Bay and getting another damn chip.
Yeah,
with Brett Favre
as a backup. And
we would have definitely had because I thought McMahon,
Jim McMahon,
he knew how to quarterback. He could pass. Trust me, I believe we would have won at least 3 Super Bowls if Buddy Ryan stayed.
So you think
McMahon
3? Yeah.
If Buddy Ryan stays, because that was the key. He would have had to stay.
Nobody liked each other. Buddy didn't like Dicker. McMahon didn't like Dicker.
They would have had to pay Buddy to stay. Yeah. If they could have said, Buddy, listen, we're going to pay you like a head coach.
They could have. Okay. But
they could have done that.
Once Buddy got carried off the field after the Super Bowl, it was over.
Was Hallis still alive?
We didn't know what was in Dicker's heart.
Was Hallis still alive in 85?
Yeah, Papa Bear.
Was he still alive?
I believe he was. Google what year did Papa Bear Hallis die?
Because it would have took him to say, hey, buddy, I'm going to pay you the same way he listened to the players.
Well, Papa Bear Hallis, listen to what you're saying.
Because they got rid of the honey bears and we have
Papa Bear Hallis wasn't paying no motherfucking body, man.
Yeah, but he's the one who kept him when they fired the coach in '83 and the players came and said, no, don't. They went to the owner, Papa Bear.
Yeah,
and he
but
said,
he only gonna squeeze so many pennies, man. Papa Bear, that was the thing about Papa Bear. He was a businessman. What role does pink privilege, if any? I'll start with you, Diesel. Do you think white privilege is playing any part in this? And I'm interested in hearing you because you don't pull your race card out as often as I do.
Let me finish this first. Papa Bear
He died in '83.
Halloween, October 30th, 1983. So
The same year that that's the same year that he kept Buddy.
I see what you're saying. So Papa Bear wasn't around to be OG.
To call some shots.
And
Papa Bear was defense first.
At that age, you don't really care about the money like that at that age. Because you had your
he don't know Papa Bear like I know Papa Bear.
I mean, look,
that's a cheap.
I'm sure he's looking out. I mean, your family's still gonna be good when you're gone. So you know. Now, what was your question?
The role of pink privilege, and then do you think that's if you think it's taking does it have any effect here, and if so, how much? And then
all day. Pink, and don't get it still exists. It's strong. It's still. There's still, what do you call it? Things that are stuck in your head for people when you characterizing them and all of these labels and
stereotypes.
Stereotypes that they got on people. It's still the same thing for most black quarterbacks. They can run, but they can't read defenses, process, can't make the throws.
They're not seeing it.
Have a big, strong arm, and they can run.
We got meatballs.
Bro, I heard Dan Orlovsky talking about Justin Fields pregame. He's not seeing it. And then somebody was in the comments like, well, Dan, did you see it when you stepped out of the back of the end zone?
Right.
See it? That's safety, one of the all-time favorite safeties that you made.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. But it still goes on. And it's more covered now. And when I say covered, camouflage. So they try to avoid it. They try to avoid it using different words, different things. You got to be able to see through it. Now, you know me, if I feel that they can't read and read the defenses and do things like that, I'll call it out.
You said it about Trubisky, and he's pink.
But it still goes.
Of course, you had an infatuation.
Black quarterbacks.
He had an infatuation for that Eagles quarterback,
though. Prove it.
And ask me why I like Justin Fields, and he's sitting here loving Nick Foles.
The black quarterbacks still have to prove it a lot more so than the white ones, because the white ones got the stereotype that they can read defenses, that they can process, make the throw.
Not mobile.
They're smart.
They get you don't hardly hear about. And then when you do get the ones that are mobile, like Bo Nix, right?
Oh, they love to talk about their mobility and how it's an asset.
They already call him like he looks like a Drew Brees, Drew Brees. You see what I'm saying? So
you're saying it's a plus when they're mobile, and when we're mobile,
they think the game. From the pocket
it's still those built-in stereotypes already. Because I guarantee you could take some of these the black quarterbacks that have been coming out the past few years. If you put them in a Sean Payton offense,
Sean Payton's a racist in my. Well, I don't know what's
he's definitely a racist. Go ahead.
In my opinion,
if you put him in a Sean Payton's offense,
he's smart.
They would be looking the same way or better. If you put him in some of these guys that came out.
No, because Sean Payton's gonna get rid of their ass and call dumb plays and then blame them for being, and then go out and get him a Stidham and then.
Yeah, hey, I don't mind. I got no problem with him getting rid of Russ, because Russ is, like I said, he's concussed now. So
Russ is concussed.
Yeah,
you got to put that on a t-shirt. Hey, all right, hold on. I want to hear.
I got bars.
Ace, pink privilege. Is pink privilege? What role, if any, is pink privilege playing in all this effort?
Well, I mean, it's playing a big role. I mean, you have this drop dead gorgeous quarterback. You paid for all of these years. You've hyped up. You made him the greatest of all time.
We didn't talk about how great that offensive line was either. Go ahead, Ace, that he played behind him.
And now you extend him out of his career onto a broadcasting career, and you give him, a 10-year, $300 million quarterback, contract, just to sit there and talk about the game of football. You have no idea how well he's going to be as a commentator. So
They do. He's going to do what Diesel said when he looks at black quarterbacks. He's going to be out there like all the other white quarterbacks and white players talking about how they can't process and how they need to stand in the pocket more and not play Negro ball. I mean, hero ball. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, it is how it is. It is how it's gonna be until we can change the narrative of the NFL, these owners and general managers, and find a way to get some more commentators represented by the players as the number one commentator or the number one play-by-play man, as opposed to I don't know who these guys are that they're bringing out.
Where's Randall Cunningham? Where's Warren Moon? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't they sit up in the booth?
These guys $200 million damn dollars?
Yeah, where's Deion Sanders?
Talk about football. Michael Vick sitting on the sideline.
He's unproven too. So I mean, you would think like guys who stopped playing and they've been in the booth doing things. So like even Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning he does good with if you ever watched him and his brother on the
he's a great script reader. That's how they know they're going to be good. They are just reading scripts. Narratives printed by the NFL.
You didn't give him that kind of money, and he's proven he can be on TV. You see what I'm saying? So you give him to somebody who's unproven $300 million.
Manning probably went off script a little more often than
they do. Him and his brother on their show. Yeah. But it's like, man, hey, you gotta they gotta. How many black players were the quarterbacks? The first 5. How many of them were black?
Vince Evans,
Caleb, Jaden, and what's his name was third?
Vince Evans.
Mace. What's the guy who's in New England?
Vince Evans.
Mays.
Drake Mays.
He's a bum.
Penix, and then who was the 5th one? Was it Nix after Penix?
McCarthy. One of them was McCarthy. He got hurt though.
Okay. So out of the top 5 quarterbacks, 3 of them were black. Now, that's a step in the right direction, right? It's like
but they still don't want them to play hero ball. The first thing they talking about it with Caleb already.
But here's my point. They're putting them in a position where they got to draft.
But they're devaluing the position and they're going to start lowering their pay. They're already whining about how much money quarterbacks are getting, and I predicted that right on this show years ago. We'll pull the tape back up as the quarterbacks become darker. The league's going to get smarter about how they spend that money.
It probably will, but they are getting overpaid. You're starting to see, man. I looked at the top 10.
Yeah, but they only got mad when Deshaun got the money.
$50 million a year.
Yeah, they only get mad though when they always get mad when it's us.
Where the darkies get the money.
Yeah, he ain't worth that money.
And it's not like other people. It's like guaranteed.
Yeah,
like $50 million guaranteed. Yeah.
One NAN championship. Is Tom Brady an industry or company plant? Do you guys think that maybe he became a pawn for the NFL?
Absolutely.
I believe after the fact, because again, he had to work to get to notoriety. But once they seen like, hey, he looks like a golden boy, a potential golden boy.
After he threw his phone away during the FBI investigation, golden, huh?
But before that,
as soon as he joined MAGA.
He's MAGA too.
Well, I didn't know all of that stuff too.
Remember, he had the Make America Great Again.
Yeah. I mean, I know now, but I'm saying back when early 2000s.
Oh yeah. MAGA wasn't an issue then. Yeah. I knew it.
Yeah, I believe the
shit. I knew it. I didn't have to see the hat back there.
Like let's get behind him.
His owner is a damn staunch Republican. Yeah.
And they had enough calls go their way over the course of time from the what was the one where the Raiders they cheated them.
Cheated the Raiders. The tuck rule. The tuck rule. Bro.
Yeah, man.
Brady said that was a fumble.
Everything went their way to cause their history to be.
He's dropped dead gorgeous.
So of his 7 Super Bowls, I'll give him credit for 4. And I would still have him high on that list.
Yeah, he's still high. Like I said, he's in my top 5 quarterbacks all time. But he's the most overrated to me of the quarterbacks. Now, I'm sure there's some other quarterbacks, if I really thought about it, that I could say that dude was overrated. But Brady, definitely. Just based on the public's opinion of him and everything, I'm like, that dude overrated, man. What are y'all doing?
Well, I mean, you got to look at mainly the multi Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, such as guy from San Francisco,
Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen, and you got to look at Bradshaw, and you got to look at Mahomes now, and yeah, you got to put him in that category, and that even if the different eras, there's not that many multi Super Bowl winning quarterbacks that that you would put them behind. So, I mean, greatest of all time, we don't know, but
no,
I think
I'm not. I can't give. I can't give.
I think a lot of his Super Bowls were pumped up by his defense, by cheating, and him being drop dead gorgeous. So
it makes sure to say greatest quarterback of all time.
Well, greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah,
that's what I'm speaking of because we know he's not the greatest football player of all time.
Right.
Yeah, the greatest quarterback.
Linemen get no love when that topic comes up. Defensive linemen, defensive ends get some love, but usually when they talk about defensive ends, they talk about linebackers.
97.1 FM. Weekends in the morning with Weenie and the Bud. WQHG 97.1. 97.1. 97.1. In the morning, cool weekends. FM. Weenie.
We're going to get to our Winnie in the Butt poll here shortly. I'm glad you guys brought it up. Big ups to the sponsors.
And the Magnetic Monkey, 97.1. Cool weekends in the morning. All weekend long. Weenie and the Butt. In the morning. On the radio. FM. Dickie the Punchline Donkey on Cool 97.1. Cool weekend. On the radio. In the morning. FM. Cool. WQHG. Cool weekends. In the morning. On 97.1. 97.1. Weenie in the Butt. 97.1. In the afternoon. In the afternoon. Oh my God. WQHG. Turn it on and rip that knob off. You're listening to the radio. Weenie in the Butt.
All right. Big ups to the sponsors. Go ahead, Diesel, man. My bad. That it's programmed. We can't stop that.
Yeah, it's Karen.
Yeah.
I think I was finished saying my point.
All right, well, we're going to get to the poll because the poll question, I thought it was some interesting results before y'all get to y'all final words, and you can feel free to tie it into that because I want to know what you guys voted, and if you didn't vote, what you would have voted. Karen, go to the TATN channel. What's wrong with you? All right. Okay, let's put the poll up so people can see the receipts. Share, we don't need any sound here. All right, there you go. Question was, which is more true out there? Tom Brady is the first option, most overrated of all time. 25% of the respondents said that. Greatest of all time, 50%. And we have a copper-colored fan base here, viewership. 50% of our copper-colored out there poked their lips out there and said he's the greatest of all time, ignoring that picture of Walter Payton out there. And to your point, Diesel, I'd glossed over it. Right. They be calling him the greatest football player of all time, and I don't know if I can agree with that, man. When you know what I'm saying? You look at cats like Lawrence Taylor. What was that dude for the Raiders, man? He caught for 1,000 yards every year, and then Tim Brown. They don't even talk about him no more, man.
Yeah, he's a quiet guy.
Hell, Jim Brown, Jerry Rice, like they just automatically start calling him the GOAT. But anyway, 50% agree. Tommy Terrific, Mr. Manga, is the GOAT, greatest football player they've ever seen do it. And I just can't say that. I throw Deion Sanders on that list. And then 25% said unsure. So what's you guys' take on the poll results, and what was your vote?
I think the poll needs to be, like Diesel said, reiterated to the public as far as who's the greatest quarterback of all time. Because we know he's not the greatest football player of all time. But I I didn't list him as the greatest player of all time. Because there's so many players. I mean,
so many players, man. It's
yeah.
disrespectful. It's just flat out disrespectful
So
to
you believe
players.
he's more likely to be the most overrated, or he's closer to the greatest of all time? Which one is he closest to? Would be a better way to put it.
I would say be close to the greatest quarterback of all time, but the greatest football player, the greatest of all time, as far as a football player.
That's fair.
He can be both. Closer to the greatest football quarterback of all time, and close to the
That's
most
fair
overrated
too.
of all
You're saying
time.
he could be both at the same time.
It could be both at the same time. Just because of stuff that's happened in his past and the things that they've done, it's right there. Right there.
Boy, they'd have been at race school. Boy, that shit he did. That bus would have been so short he wouldn't even be able to fit on it. You know what I mean?
I put him in the category of greatest quarterback of all time.
But as football player, you got him closer to most overrated.
Yeah.
I got him as most overrated on both lists.
Okay.
Because like Diesel said, it could be both. But I think he's most overrated on both lists. He's an overglorified game manager. His arm was average at best. He didn't have any mobility. He was blessed to be in a great situation, and he made the most of it. You know, no different than Jim McMahon did. No different than what's his name, Terry Bradshaw. You know, and the person they don't talk about, most underrated of all time, it should be the Buffalo Bills quarterback who got him to four. He got him to 4 Super Bowls back to back, and played MVP football in all 4.
He didn't win.
It's because of the kicker, Norwood.
No, it was the kickers.
Well,
maybe one game.
Had he cheated and knew the signs of the other team,
well, that was his coach's fault. Marv Levy.
He was a genius too. They used to call him smart.
Used to ball Thurman Thomas.
Tested high on all the white people's tests. Marv Levy, he was a genius. Coach of football.
And you think about their defense, they don't talk about the defense Buffalo had back then.
They sure did. And the running back and Bruce
Smith.
Yeah.
All of those guys, man. These are things that people in this day and age, they just gloss over. These types
they didn't win, though.
Think of the safeties. Think of the safeties in the past.
Yeah, they didn't win.
70s, 80s, 90s.
Nobody cares when you're second place.
Well, according to LeBron, it's all about how many. The new narrative, you guys would agree, it's all about how many championships you get to. They be on the shows like, how many championships has he been to? How many championships? And I'll be sitting there like, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. If you don't win 9 of them,
But I think if you win 4 back to back, it should count for something. 4 Super Bowls.
It doesn't mean crap.
LeBron didn't even do that. He didn't get the 4 straight championships and lose all 4.
Yeah. They got the 4, they didn't win damn one of them.
All right, Diesel, give me your final words, and then we're gonna throw it to Ace to close it out with his final words, bro.
So final word, just in regards to these GOATs and M.O.A.Ts and all of that stuff, do it by position, and if you can do it by era. Unless there's someone squeezing you to say, no, you got to pick between that era and that era. Do it for the era, do it for the position. It's a lot of disrespect to the players who played at different positions that don't get notoriety. Kickers don't get the notoriety that they should.
Coach Hugo says he'd take our kicker over Walter Payton. What was our Gold? Robbie Gold.
Robbie Gold is the monkey.
Yeah, and when he gets off of the
short bus.
The short bus and the hashish and stuff.
And the meth. Yeah.
All
and the cheap booze in his expensive ass house.
Robbie Gold doesn't have the mental capacity to sit in the same locker room for a season with Walter Payton. You got to be tough. If you remember, we got him up out of here because his mental capacity wouldn't allow. He's letting stuff off the field affect him. So don't even mention that. But yeah, man, I just you go back, look at linemen, centers.
He also said he'd take Kukoc over Pippen. My bad. Go ahead. I just had to throw that out there. Same guy, bro.
Yeah, he's on one. You know, tell him leave that stuff alone, man. Yeah, but that's pretty much if you and don't look into what we're saying about Brady, man. That you cannot overlook that for those first 3 championships that they had, or even the success that they had getting to the playoffs like every year after 01. The cheating that was going on, undoubtedly they benefited from it to the point where their history would be in question. They probably wouldn't even have that history because you probably wouldn't even get to some of those points later on with your team if those results were changed. Because who knows? You might have lost the first round playoff game if you weren't spying and cheating with the people's signals and stuff. You might have never got to them Super Bowls. But you was definitely
and all the roughing the passer calls, a bunch of them.
Oh my God. But I ain't bringing that's a whole nother story with the penalties and stuff. But yeah, just look into it deeper, do your homework.
The pass interference calls he was getting.
Oh God. All the time. All the time. All the time. So look into it deeper and then you can make your own conclusion. But for me, he's the most overrated quarterback of all time. He's still in my top 5, but he's still most overrated.
You better be careful out here on the street when you running around the north side conducting your business. You're talking about their Jesus, bro.
Ah, well, so be it. That's like you said, their Jesus.
Yeah.
he ain't mine.
Hey, give me your final, when you finish, give me your final wins, losses for the Bears regular season. We need you on record.
17 games. I'm going to say 13.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that because I think their defense is going to be outstanding.
So you got 13-4?
Barring significant injury, 13-4. Yes.
Wow. Bear down, baby. That's coming from Glum. You know what I mean? Hey, what you think their record would have been if we had Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels? If we still had the same team and everything.
They did everything else the same. But we just took Jaden. Like the meetings with him. You know what I mean? Wasn't wearing a merce. Nails weren't painted in the meeting.
11 or 12 wins. 11 or 12.
He didn't show up to the meeting with a merce.
Touchdown in his purse.
Yeah. This motherfucker. Hey, I heard Caleb show up to the meeting with a halter top on, carrying a merce and painting his fingernails while they were talking to him. But it shouldn't matter. None of that should matter.
That's not true.
All right. But yeah, give me that record.
Did you see Caleb take there's a guy with his daughter, and Caleb was walking past, and then the guy says she offered him her gummy bears, gummy worms. And he was like, you know what? Yeah, he came over there and took the gum to sign her shirt, her little T-shirt, and he took the gummies and signed it for her.
Was she pink?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. So with Jaden though, how many wins you would have gave?
I would give him, if Caleb 13, 11 or 12. 11 or 12.
All right.
He's what from what I've seen from him in the pocket, man, hey, he's accurate as I don't know what inside that pocket.
I'm gonna tell you this. Great takes. Appreciate you pulling up, bro. And we didn't have any Justin Fields bashing. That might have been a first. Because I didn't keep bringing him up though. But
let's root for him to get a start. If it probably don't look like, but I want him to start so we can fully evaluate.
Don't worry.
Yeah, he gonna play, but I just wish he started so it'd be easier to judge going forward.
Week five. They're not gonna put up with that shit with us for much longer. Tomlin ain't going. Tomlin don't. You know what I mean? He ain't going like this.
No, I think Tomlin might be out of there if they don't look. Which I don't see them looking like they're gonna make the playoffs.
And the Bears better fire Flus. That's right. And the Bears better fire Flus and get him immediately if he's available.
Yeah, I don't think Tomlin's gonna be around there. Because depending on how that season goes.
Yeah. First ballot Hall of Famer whenever he retires from coaching. But I hear you. He's black. But all right, bro. Great take, man. Appreciate you dropping by.
All right, y'all.
All right.
One love, my brother.
You go in the building.
All right, Ace, from you, man. Give me your final words, good brother.
Well, I mean, I always like Tom Terrific as a quarterback, as a game manager. because it takes 3 phases to win football games, definitely to win a championship. And with the New England Patriots, you saw it was 4 phases. You got the offense, defense, special teams, and you got the cheating.
The privilege.
So, yeah. Well, that's 5 then. Cheating and privilege. So whatever it takes for them to win a championship, I think the New England Patriots are willing to do. And it all starts and finishes with the defense and Tom Terrific. So, is he the greatest quarterback of all time? It's hard to take that away from the game manager in San Francisco of Joe Montana.
Playing under the new offensive-friendly, quarterback-friendly rules his whole career.
Yeah, so I would say no. I maybe would put him third behind Terry Bradshaw, who also benefited from a great defense and great wide receivers.
But he took some hits, and they wasn't calling him that shit.
They weren't calling him nothing. That's why Brady's behind him and Hall of Fame running backs and Rocky Blyer and Franco Harris.
So you got Terry Bradshaw over Montana?
No, I got him over Brady.
Gotcha.
I got Montana 1, maybe Bradshaw because of what he endured as a quarterback, maybe 2, and Brady 3. And then you can sprinkle some of the multi. You can put Mahomes behind that, and then you can work from there.
Yeah, but Warren Moon's got to be up there at some point. They don't even talk about him.
Yeah. But I'm going with maybe the 3 or 4 win Super Bowl winning quarterbacks before I go into the 1 or 2s or those who haven't won any.
Yeah, he wasn't getting any privilege, wasn't getting any calls that he probably
didn't have the defense, and it still continues to this day for a JF1 for even for
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, Vince Evans,
Lamar Jackson, Vince Evans, Cam Newton.
Yeah, definitely Cam. The guy who got put out of the league, Mike Vick, and came back and still tried to succeed at quarterback. So that's a different category. We got to do the greatest quarterback poll.
Yeah, we put a poll up. We did a show on it, but yeah, we got to put a poll up.
Yeah, put a poll up and see who maybe the top 4 or 5 in that category is. But as far as Tom Terrific, he is in the top 5. He's drop dead gorgeous. He's made a hell of a lot of money, and he's gonna make a hell of a lot of more money just because he's pink and drop dead gorgeous. So it is what it is. I mean, it's the NFL. You got the persuasion of the owners, persuasion of the commissioner, persuasion of the writers, persuasion of the majority of the fans that pay all this money for these tickets. So it is what it is as far as the NFL is concerned. But I'm rocking with Joe Montana out there in San Fran, and when he went to damn KC, he took a lot of punishment and did whatever he could to make his team win. And Tom Terrific didn't have to do that. So that's my final words. I put out there my pick for the Bears record this year at 12-5.
Wow.
I see them maybe losing 2 non-conference games, non-division games, and 3 in the division. Splitting maybe with all the teams. So maybe, and there's a margin of error that they may beat Minnesota twice and maybe lose to one of those other teams twice. So that would be 3 losses. And I take 2 losses outside of the division. Because by the time they get to the end of the year, when you're counting on attrition from injuries, you're playing games at Soldier Field, and I think they're more talented than the Detroit Lions. The rivalry with the Green Bay Packers is definitely due for a split. And I think
by Green Bay Packers, he means Fudge Packers. Go ahead.
FGB. But I think they're a more talented team. Even though everybody's counting on Detroit to go to the Super Bowl, all this crap, I don't see it. And FGB, and definitely F Minnesota. But when you go up there to Lambeau, you're facing a certain kind of crap. And we were at the park yesterday talking about the NFC North division, and it looks like the NFL has set up the Detroit Lions with 14 indoor games out of the 17-game season. And the only outdoor cold game that they will face would be against the Chicago Bears in December. But every other game is a warm weather game or inside the dome. And I don't know how the hell that happens in this era of football, but that's what's set up for the Detroit Lions. So the Bears got to play some ball. They'll make it to the playoffs, and I got them sitting at 12-5 for this season. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Shout out to all the players that went on injured reserve this week after a tough game against the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll see what the Bears do for cutdowns as of Tuesday this week. There are players that unfortunately aren't going to make the team. It's always tough to see guys work their tails off through training camp for these last 2 months and be in a situation where, they're not going to make the team that they were playing for. But hopefully, they put something on film. Hopefully they put something out there so other teams say, hey, you got the talent and the ability that we can work with. Maybe we can put you on a training, on a practice squad, or you have an ability to go to another league, UFL, CFL. I just hate to see guys' dreams dashed because of a 2-month training camp when there's still other opportunities for them to play in different leagues. So bear down, Chicago Bears, 12-5 for this season. Even though we got a rookie quarterback, we got a hell of a defense, we got a running game, we got a special kid at quarterback, and we just want to progress to maybe get to the playoffs. And I'm going to New Orleans, so Super Bowl, Super Bears. Last time we were in the Super Bowl, it was in the great Big Easy of New Orleans. So I'll see you guys there in February, rooting on the Chicago Bears for our first Super Bowl victory since 1985. Bear down, FGB. And that's my final take on this week's telecast, Mouthpiece included. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching us. TATN, this ain't that network. Stay with us. Tell your friends. Bring them on. Shout out to Jackie Robinson, Wes, and all of the people with boots on the ground in the city.
Uncut content. This is cocaine speaking. Go ahead, Phil.
There was also another event at Thule Park. The same time we were having ours at JRW, just to get kids out there to play baseball, run track, be out there in the elements. Hey, COVID is over. Get your kids outside. I know you got stuff to do at night on Saturday nights and maybe go to church on Sunday morning. Get your kids out there. Invest some time into them.
And wash your ass before you go to church.
Yeah, do all that. And there's book bags out there. There's programs for them. There's things that these kids need to know. I'm at work. I'm asking these parents, so I'm doing an ID for them. What's your child's height? I don't know. What's your child's weight? I don't know. So that means you're not taking them to the doctor to get checkups, or even if you got the medical card, you got health insurance, get the kids to the doctor, know their weight, height, know Know the specifics. These are your children. How the hell am I supposed to know just because you bringing them in to get a damn ID? Come on, man. Let's do better, folks. Let's do better. If we know better, we're going to do better. So let's do better. Come on. That's my final word.
His final words turned into a soapbox. We appreciate it. Great take. All the words of flesh. And I'm not going to disagree with one iota of it. I want to say this. I got the Bears at 11-6. So these guys have 12 and then 13. So I did the math, and that means the Mouthpiece included combined prediction this year is 13-4. All right, 13-4. That's our over/under. So you guys, that's our over/under 13 games. Interesting. Wow. And I have that mainly because Caleb is like that. We did a video here. Should we tank for Caleb? I saw Caleb play at USC. I'm in Southern Cal. I mean, I didn't go to any of the games. I will say this. He's brilliant. Just had to see how it was going to confirm over to the NFL game. They haven't been playing a lot of zone, so not worried about that too much. But he's like that. Also, defense wins chips. Chicago has always been a hard-hitting team with our running game that Ace mentioned. Defense, baby.
Yeah, they're banging.
That defense is like that. So why am I going 11-6? Well, these guys have mentioned Detroit. They're not going to roll over. And the stinky Packers, so we'll see how that pans out. But I got 11-6. Yeah. So that's all I got. But let's see. In today's what the hell? Okay. So are we talking GOAT or MOAT? MOAT would be momentary outstanding athlete. Seems like that's what these guys are, leaning towards. Because people are prisoners of the moment. Now, Tom Brady's career is a testament to excellence, resilience, moxie, leadership, and up until this point, unmatched achievement. Of course, we have Sideshow Bob running it up. He's probably got another year or two before he's going to be out there competing against my man, our quarterback, Caleb Williams. His 7 Super Bowl victories, 5 Super Bowl MVPs, which in my mind, he should have only gotten 3 of those, and numerous records. I don't mean only. I don't mean to sound so, disrespectful. Yeah. And numerous records place him in the pantheon of football greatness. Whether you consider him the GOAT or you're like me, you're questioning his legacy due to stinky pink privilege, there's no denying his impact on the game of football. None. He's a man. Okay. He's a man. Now, the debate rages on, though. Some argue that his success is a result of playing in a strong system and talented teammates and great coaching, while others emphasize his clutch performances, his moxie and leadership. Ultimately, the GOAT label is subjective, and it's shaped by personal biases, your team loyalties, and historical context. Beyond his stats and accolades, Tom Brady's longevity and his work ethic, his dedication to the game, should inspire generations and young football players. His ability to adapt, lead, and win amongst all the controversy. He'd say he did this, he did that, and he'd come back and win a chip. He performed at an elite level well into his 40s, transcendent of football. I don't know if he had the deer antler spray. I don't know if he was taking supplements and he didn't know what was in it, and the league just looked the other. Yeah, I don't know. But whether you're a fan or a skeptic, one thing is certain. Tom Brady's legacy, it will extend well beyond the gridiron. Okay, it's already happening. Don't be surprised if you see him running for president someday and winning. Oh, you can say, oh, that's stupid. That's ignorant. Well, had I said that about Donald Trump, you would have said the same thing.
Ronald Reagan.
Okay. That's right. Tricky Ronald Reagan. So if you have any, rest up, Ronald Reagan. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, concerns, feel free to drop a comment below. Remember, you can always pull up. You know what I mean? Until next, all are welcome. Any color, creed, whatever you want to come in. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay loyal to the Navy and Orange out here. Bear the F down and FGB. We're not talking about Great Britain, but we can, you know what I mean? Well, they're our allies.
Allegedly.
And most importantly, don't forget to bring your young mouthpiece. Topic next week. You got anything? We're gonna do playoff predictions too, since we all I mean, look at you guys' records. That you guys, we all got them going to the playoff according to our win-loss predictions. So we're gonna have to predict how far, how deep we expect them to go. Because you guys got them winning the division.
At 12-5, I guess so.
Yeah, hell yeah, and 13-4, yeah. You got them winning the division and never giving it back.
I mean, that's what our general manager said. We're taking the North, and damn it, we're never giving it back. So, okay, yeah.
All right. So we'll let you know what our topic is. You know, if something comes up. You know, something gets in our crawl. We want to talk about it. We're going to unpack it. But the topic on the Self-Love Show, yes, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Chicago time. How thought invasion tech, which does exist, how they can read your mind, how thought invasion tech will be deployed against the gods and the goyim. So we're going to break down the tech ace, and then we're going to do a thought experiment on long game, because you have to play chess, not checkers.
Definitely not checker.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we own. And big ups to everybody out there, man, on the grind, man, doing the right thing in our communities. Big ups.
Yeah, shout out to all the peepers doing the thing for the peepers. Hey, get your kid into something, or they're gonna be into something. And you know, that's all I gotta say. If you ain't got them in something, they definitely gonna be in something. So, you know,
somebody tell that the DNC, if they want to win that election, sit down and talk to TATN because you know, I'm talking to brothers, and I'm talking to brothers though, talking about not voting for her, and so you know what I mean. But then when you watch MSNBC and you watch this and that, and you watch these polls, but I haven't really, you know, there's some, don't get me wrong, but no, it's not as many as Obama. Nowhere close. I'm talking about black men.
Yeah. You know, they're running the feminine persuasion game. And they're running game on people. I mean, they came here before the DNC in my neighborhood, and they started cleaning up shit and cutting trees and fixing streets.
Are you fucking serious, bro?
Why in the hell wasn't y'all doing that before the damn DNC? We've been calling y'all for a damn year to come fix the damn street, fix these damn potholes, and cut down the trees. And you know, now you want
they doing the same thing in LA all over, yeah. All of a sudden, bro.
Putting this feather up my bum to
the police. The police are even policing again. Now I'm not talking about shooting Sandra Massey wrestlers, so. I'm talking about, you see them actually pulling people over and writing tickets again for the dumb shit they've been doing on the road with no insurance and no license.
Yeah. Before, what they would say, there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah, what you want us to do about it?
Yeah, just go down to the police station and fill out a report and good luck to you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that some bitch don't have no insurance. Let's ask him for his insurance card and he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, what do you want me to do about it?
What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah. How about do your damn job? You know what I mean? Nobody said fire all the police. We said defund the police.
Yeah. I mean, they don't want to do their jobs. I mean, you know, that's
fire them.
And you keep telling me there's not enough of them, but you know, the ones you got don't want to do their damn job. So
yeah. Yeah, and they're getting paid a lot of money. A lot of money, bro. 6 figures.
Yeah, I digress.
Well, at least in LA, it's like $90-something thousand. Roll around.
Yeah, they make that here. You know.
Yeah.
We got some other stuff going on in the
Which
suburbs of Dalton, Illinois, and
which means they living even better than the pigs out here, because the cost of living is somewhat cheaper in Chicago than it is in LA.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. They get you coming and going. They get you here or there.
They're taxing you right up the bum this way and that way.
And your energy bills in the wintertime in Chicago, you know, you got plastic on your windows. You got to make sure it's tuck pointed. The wind's blowing in.
Gosh, you got to have air conditioning in the summertime.
Because of humidity.
Running right up your bum for your air conditioning. It just never stops.
Oh, yeah.
City stickers and plates.
Yeah. All right, Karen. So let's see here. Great takes today too, fella.
It's a good show, man. Shout out to these other next for dropping through, man. Appreciate it every time you come through and give us the light skin perspective of this world.
The high yellow simian Wolverine perspective. You know what I mean? You think you better than me because you wearing that Simeon jacket? I'll bust your ass on this court. That's how we used to roll around, busting their ass. Not all of them, not the top players, but I ain't because you had that Simeon shirt on. Bust your ass out.
Take your cousin's shirt off. That's a damn gym shirt.
You got cut. You got cut from the Cross-Out team because you was a sophomore. You made it as a freshman because they didn't have the other kids in there.
Once they got a new group of talent,
you got cut. You're poor and stupid like everybody else. All right. So you find yourself sliding through the Windy City, the rack, might be on LSD. Look at that sunrise.
Point. Sabo.
He's been out all night, sliding down LSD, just trying to make it home.
Sure.
Your head on that swivel.
50 miles an hour.
Sitting there with your watch hanging out the window. Oh, I got to get gas at 4 a.m. Let me pull over here on 67th and Stone. You better.
Don't do it.
Keep that head on the swivel.
Don't do it.
You better be watching your back.
Don't do it.
You better be checking that blind spot.
Don't do it.
You better use your blind spot assistance.
Hit that distance to empty and try to wait till tomorrow.
You better be guarding your 6.
Mouthpiece included. TATN.
Guard your grill.
TATN. Better guard your grill. TATN.
Knuckle up.
TATN. Mouthpiece included.
And don't forget to.
Don't forget it, baby.
Big ups. Winnie in the butt. And don't forget to.
Shout out to the sponsors.
Big ups, Midwest Festivals.
Midwest Festivals, Winnie in the butt.
And don't forget to. Big ups, Jackie Robinson, West.
JRW, Alderman Mosley, all the people with their boots in the ground.
And big ups to you, the subscribers, and the people who take the time to watch the content.
Appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe to your friends.
Repost. And don't forget to bring your mouthpiece.
For sure.
Huh?
Mouthpiece included. TATN. TATN.
White boy?
TATN.
White curly?
Bingo.
Pulled yourself up by your bootstraps? Did it all on your own?
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
All that inheritance? All that inheritance from all that colonized money?
For sure.